You got it?
Oh, you want me to start it?
Why
Welcome,
not?
ladies and gentlemen, to another very special episode of Third Down Thursdays. This is not another producer's edition. Unfortunately, I'll have to hop off probably about halfway through. But we're going to start off the show right again. This is we call this, I think on YouTube it says I changed it to popping in and popping out. So people are going to pop in, people are going to pop out. But regardless, you're still going to get a good, in-depth show for today. Do I sound good? So I kind of feel like I'm echoing.
You're a little
Does
echoey.
that sound okay?
But you're in a new environment, so it's
yeah,
good.
I know. I am literally in Baton Rouge right now.
You are.
I'm not home. I'm about 2 hours away in Baton Rouge. Came to visit a buddy and was like, well, I can travel whenever we do TDT. So I just brought my computer and said, let's go. I mean, we're gonna roll with it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We're gonna still have my segment, of course. But before we get into it, I want to ask, how are you, Sy?
Well, you starting with me. I don't know how sweet of you. I'm not bad. It's August, which is kind of crazy to say because it really feels like that this summer, this year has been flying by. Today's been a not a bad day. Didn't have to work today, which was nice. Worked past 2 days, got to work tomorrow. And I've had an interesting day. I tried going out to disc golf today because that's like my go-to hobby. But there's this big tournament that's happening in the Peoria area this weekend. So like every course that I went to is like all set up for it and all that stuff. So I'm just like, tell me I just drove around for like an hour to go do this. It's crazy. Couldn't disc golf, but it's all good. End up getting food. And now we're here. We're chilling. We're vibing. My co-host is gonna be here in just a little bit, which I'm very excited for. But that's enough about me. Nothing. No big rambles. No big rambles. But how are you, Connor? How's life?
Man, today has been a day. I probably didn't get but like 3 hours of sleep last night. Cause like I just wanted to not sleep all day. My buddy over here is a hard working man, he's got to sleep. So we ended up sleeping in till 10. I probably didn't go to bed till it was on and off, it wasn't a consistent thing of sleeping. It was just on and off the whole time. Let me fix that.
Just I noticed it.
I didn't know if you could hear it or not. I couldn't really hear it, but
real loud. It's a little loud.
But man, we're in Baton Rouge, right? So I'm like, let's go to LSU. I want to see the university because I've never been. I want to be in the land of Libby, So I wanted to be in Libby land. So we just went over there to LSU and I was like, well, let's go to the stadium. I want to see the stadium because I hadn't seen it. Big football guy, And we decided to ride these little old electric scooters. You get around the city. And man, that's the first time I ever rode one of those. But
they're fun.
I was riding on a sidewalk. No, this is not fun. What I'm about to tell you. I was riding on a sidewalk, and I looked back. My buddy's like flying towards me, and I'm already scared, kind of like to go super fast because I never rode one before.
A little shaky.
And man, as soon as I saw him coming at me, I got so scared. I guess I just hit the brakes too hard. I flung off the bike or the scooter in the middle of the road, man. Did like a whole barrel roll in the middle of the road. My whole freaking shoulder scratched up. My hand, my leg scratched up, dude. I was falling on my face, and then mid-fall, I just turned and rolled so I wouldn't fall on my face and saved myself. Thank God a car wasn't coming. I thank the Lord I didn't get injured worse than I already did, just a couple flesh wounds. But, dude, it was tough. It was tough, and the car didn't come. You wouldn't believe it. It was the first time I rode it,
I
and I got a couple
there's
stars to
no
show
this
for it.
sense. It feels like a simulation. You're telling me you hopped on a scooter, not expecting anything, and next thing you know, you're on the ground rolling. Like that's
I
crazy.
was just kind of like scared him coming up at me, and I was just I don't know. I thought he was gonna hit me, and
I
you
mean,
know,
I've ridden those types of scooters before, so I do get it. I think like the first time I ever rode one, gotta use the right words, was in Cincinnati, which is a pretty big city. So I do I do understand that. But I mean, hey, now you know what to expect down the line.
I know. I mean, I should have been more prepared. I'm usually like not scared to do things, and I wasn't scared to ride that little scooter, but just him flying up at me, I thought he was gonna like come in and like do like what the police cars do, where they kind of get your back tire and spin you out, you know? Because he's the
You
type of
really
guy
think
that
your whole
probably do that
gonna
and
do
just laugh
okay,
at me, you know?
okay. I mean that's a that's fair reasoning. That is fair reasoning, but also that's very extreme that's what was going through your mind. Do not no judgment though. No judgment.
Oh man, it was
No judgment.
fun though. The scooters were fun, but there was like this girl right in front of us that was going down the road, and as soon as she saw me fall, she just busted out laughing. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Luckily, I don't know anybody here. Luckily, I don't know anybody at LSU because I didn't care. It happened. Now we're gonna remember this for the rest of our lives. That's all that's gonna happen.
That is all that's gonna happen. Did you end up getting to the stadium then? Or
They were doing construction on it. We didn't even like get to go. And like I think there's like a area that you have to stay in with those things or something.
Mhm.
So like when we went off of like a zone, I guess it started like beeping off, and we had to walk them back to the zone, and that was at the stadium. So even if we wanted to get close to it, we probably wouldn't be able to because that zone stuff. I don't know. They're very
Okay.
particular. I've never been on one, so it was just
No,
interesting.
that makes sense. But wow,
But
that's
I'd ride one again. I'd ride one again. Even after I did a bear roll and fell off of it and had a couple of flesh wounds, but I'd do it again. Shoot,
you gotta redeem yourself now. At
I
this
know
point,
I have to.
it's like
I have to.
I gotta get my get back. I can't let the scooter do it to me twice.
But it's like I haven't been on like my buddy was squatting down, putting his leg out to turn right, and I'm just sitting there like straight up, like a hound dog with my nose out, ready to go like find a duck or something. You know, I'm not like bending over or anything, like knowing all this terminologies and the things to get better at riding that scooter. It's the first time I did it, so I was just riding in like a scooter, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think there was anything to it until I fell off.
Now you
You
know.
win,
I mean,
you win some, you lose some. I mean, you can't win them all.
no,
You can't win them
that's
all.
the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it.
And I mean, we explored the campus too. Like it was fun. It was fun. I feel like I won't let that ruin my. It didn't ruin my day. We went to a Bass Pro Shop, and it was so fantastic. It's huge in Denham Springs, outside of Baton Rouge, and I was like overstimulated the entire time. I was just looking around, and my mouth was wide open. I was just like, oh my gosh, because like we don't have that in Hattiesburg. I don't have that luxury to just go to like a huge Bass Pro or something. Ended up buying fudge for my buddy back home. So it's been a fun day, but the day's not over yet. The day's not over yet, which is why I'm not going to be here the whole time. I apologize. But Brady's going to be on here. He's going to be fine.
Exactly.
It's going to be okay. We're all covered. We're all
We
covered.
are all covered. So I gotta ask, as someone who we have a Bass Pro Shop here in Peoria, and it's so I gotta ask
Oh,
you
do
two
you
things.
have one? Okay, I didn't know you
We
had
do
one.
have one. So
Sweet.
I know all about the Bass Pro Shop lore per se. So question one, did you get a Bass Pro Shop hats? Because those are
No,
make
I'm
make
not a big hat guy. You see this hair? This hair don't get covered up by hats. Come on now. Curls are for the girls. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Jack. I know it's an insane hat. It's a pork tenderloin. It's a pork tenderloin. But yeah, he's it's gas hat. Gas hats. Second question is, did they have an aquarium? Or like a fish
Yes.
tank?
Oh my gosh. That's what I was so excited for. They had a huge alligator gar, probably about, dang, he had to be big. He was fat, but he had to be like probably my whole, I don't even know how long he was. That dude was long. And we saw like a duck just chirping at us. I think he was trying to have beef with us or something, but he just kept whistling at us. And I was just whistling back. You know, I was talking my smack. I'm not going to let a duck come up to me and tell me what's up, especially in Bass Pro. You know, I mean, just because I ain't been in your territory long enough don't mean I can't stand my ground, duck. You know what I'm saying? I was whistling back. I was whistling back like nobody's business. So I mean, no duck can out whistle me. There's no way.
You're telling me your days consisted of falling off the scooter and getting into a whistle fight with a duck in a bass pro
Yes.
shop.
Yes.
Your day does not sound real.
I had a whistle war with the duck in a Bass Pro Shop. Yes, I did.
Did you win or did you lose?
We ended up just kind of like, so we both decided as gentlemen that we were going to have like a gentleman's agreement to just walk away and just declare no winner. So that's about how it ended up. But I will be back for that duck. Mark my words. I will be back for that duck. And he'll not get the best of me this time. Because he got me a little flustered with my whistling. I'll tell you what. I'll be back at that Bass Pro.
You've had yourself a day. You've had yourself a day. That is.
Yes.
Wow.
He might have been making fun of me for falling off the scooter, honestly. I'm not good at translating, but he could have been. For all I know.
I don't speak duck. So
with that attitude, it's hard to tell. It's hard because
it's a chance. There's definitely a chance. But
I could have beat up some. I could have had some duck tonight.
Anyways, it's about that time.
Yeah, it is. We might as well get to it. Because I just got a couple things. No, go ahead. Give it the proper introduction. Come on, go ahead. I'm a little echoey, so I can't do it.
You're good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for the best podcast segment in all of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Davis Division.
It's time. Hold up. Where's my sound?
Get your sound. Get your sound.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm hyped up. Now, I kind of did not have a lot of time to prepare for what I was going to talk about today.
Which is good.
I don't need time to prepare because I'm always on my phone. I'm always looking at ESPN. So I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to talk about. And first of all, it's going to all be NFL stuff. Oh, crap. I just exited out of something that I wanted to have.
It's all good. We got
Either
time.
way, I don't need it. I don't know if I need it.
I don't need it.
I don't know if I need it because I honestly already know much about it. But let's get started. It's going to all be NFL today. I love to do college football, but if there's no really an off-season college football. And in my mind, there will be soon with NIL, transfer portal, like all that, we will be seeing an off-season. I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to see a freaking free agency in college football. But until that happens,
which is insane.
Yeah, I know it's going to be crazy. I'm not gonna. There's going to be people our age side that we're going to freaking hear on TV going, oh, well, this guy is a good fit for Alabama, or this guy's a good fit for LSU, yada 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 yada. And they're going to be like 20 years old, and we're going to be like, oh my gosh, that guy is our age, and his name is televised all over our TV screens. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to talk about DeAndre Hopkins. Now, this guy was a Clemson bred boy. My mom's from Clemson. Everybody in my family likes Clemson. And this dude had a little knee injury out, and I think it was in practice. Yes, it was. It was in practice. And he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, which means he's going to miss the couple first games of the season. Now, we know today is our first official game of the season, our Hall of Fame game, our first preseason game, and we'll talk about that at the end of the segment, but I want to save it for the end because I got a lot to say about it. But we'll know that he will miss the first 3 games of the season. Well, on their depth chart, DeAndre Hopkins is not listed as the number 1 wide receiver. It's actually Calvin Ridley, who they just signed like a $90 million deal in the offseason. Something like that. Some of those numbers. So my question, Sign, what we're going to talk about, because it's just going to be me and you. There's no Bruce or MJ here, so we're going to have to bounce off each other. My question to you, and you're going to take it first because I'm asking it to you. DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley's number 1, DeAndre Hopkins number 2. Do we see DeAndre Hopkins potentially falling lower into the depth chart because of this injury? Now, he's an older wide receiver. He probably don't have a lot of left in the tank anymore. He probably don't have much more juice in him. Now, we have behind DeAndre Hopkins, they got Tyler Boyd. They still have Treylon Burks, and they have Westbrook-Ikhine. And I knew he was all right last season. But do we see DeAndre Hopkins potentially falling in the depth chart? Or because he's DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to say wide receiver number 2, and they're going to roll with him in the season? What do you think?
So, first, I think, like, initially right away, this injury, yes, it's going to be it's a minor setback. Yes, if you get injured, you're out 4 to 6 weeks. That's a huge adjustment. And for somebody that is the caliber of DeAndre Hopkins, yes, DeAndre Hopkins is 32. He's not the player that he once was during his prime with the Texans. But DeAndre Hopkins still has enough in the tank. If you look at his stats last year, he had in a almost down year, you would call it, 75 receptions, over 1,000 receiving yards, found the end zone 7 times. Like, D-Hop still got it. D-Hop is still he's still got that gas in the tank, you know?
I'm proud of you for pulling up his stats because I didn't even think of doing that.
But
to see how productive he was this past season.
Like, I got my resources, but
oh dang, I did not know he had that many yards last season. What the heck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are
crazy.
because DeAndre Hopkins is in Tennessee. He doesn't per se have the greatest quarterback. Will Levis, is he him? Is he not him? Only one can. It's I think him being the wide receiver 2 is a very comfortable statement. It's a very easy thing, injury or no injury. Tyler Boyd is the stereotypical wide receiver 3. He's not going to jump in that depth chart unless a Calvin Ridley goes down. Westbrook Haynes, however you say his name, he's not that important. Frankly enough, he'll get his 3 receptions a game, but that's not somebody who's a wide receiver 2. D-Hop still has enough gas in the tank, has enough left that he's coming out here. He wants to play ball. He's got a point to prove. And unless he tanks, unless this injury tanks him off, unless he only goes for 600 yards instead of over 1,000, then we can have a conversation. But if we're gonna but if we're gonna look at numbers from strictly last year, don't write him off.
I mean, could we see him potentially passing the Calvin Ridley in the depth chart? Maybe DeAndre Hopkins is your number 1. I mean, obviously, you're probably not going to have you're going to have your money maker at number 1. I mean, you just put all this money into Calvin Ridley. And honestly, Calvin Ridley had only 1,016 yards. So who's to say DeAndre Hopkins might not start over him? So it's not like he had
I think
a phenomenal season.
I think depending on the week will depend on if Calvin Ridley or D-Hop is wide receiver 1 or not. Because in my eyes, I view them as the same. They have wide receiver 1 stuff. Consistency has kept them from truly being that wide receiver 1. So depending on the week, D-Hop could have a better week, or Calvin Ridley could have a better week, or there might be even a week here and there where Tyler Boyd, for some reason, goes off for 2 touchdowns. Like, depends on the week, depends on who they're going against, depends on the defensive scheme, coverage. Like, it depends on the quarterback play. It depends.
And there's a lot of, honestly, after I saw that depth, there's a lot of good wide receiver depth on that. I don't mind Traylon Burks. I mean, it's been a minute since he's got his foot in the ground. It's taken a while to kind of acclimate himself to Tennessee, but I don't mind that wide receiver depth. Heck, I'd have that wide receiver depth on my team. You know, I like Chris Olave, but shoot, Calvin Ridley, D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, Traylon Burks, Westbrook-Akeen. I mean, you can't really beat all that. So I don't mind it. I think it's just gonna stay the same way it is. I mean, he's gonna get injured, come back, maybe get 1,000 yards on the season. I doubt it because he was really the number one guy last season, and if he gets 1,000 yards, barely being the number one guy last season, he probably won't get 1,000 yards being the number two guy.
That is,
and you're right. It's quarterback play.
It is quarterback play, but if he's a wide receiver 2 and he can still get in the end zone, he got 7 touchdowns last year. If D-Hop can still get in the end zone around that time, I would take a takeoff in yardage. So let's say instead of 1,000, he's getting more 700, 800. If he can still find the end zone 6 or 7 times, I'd call that a productive wide receiver 2.
And I don't mind 7 touchdowns. Calvin really only had 8. You know, so we're kind of like, maybe this is a race for who's wide receiver number 1. Maybe that's what we're seeing. Maybe this injury kind of decides it because by default, Calvin really is the dude on the field. So honestly, we might have ourselves a wide receiver 1 battle. We'll have to see when the season starts. And when it happens, we're going to come back to this.
Yes, we will. Now, before you go into your second segment on David's Division, we gotta get my Mr. Co-host in here. Please welcome our resident Atlanta Falcons guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Brayden Conrad.
I should have brought my Saints hat.
You should have.
You see that? Do you see that, Connor?
I should have. I see it. And there's like,
do you see the NFC South champion logo?
And you're only gonna win. Oh, you mean the only NFC South champion you've ever won in franchise history? Is that what I'm looking at? Wait.
Do you also see the best quarterback that ever played in the NFC South?
Ooh,
the one that the only NFC South championship they have. Come on now. Don't play.
I think you're just living in the past too much here.
Do you know what that NFC South championship resulted into?
We still made the Super Bowl sooner than you have.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
when's the last time the Saints made it in a NFC championship game?
Man, I'd rather not make a Super Bowl than lose after being up 28-3.
Anyways, welcome back, Brayden. How are you? How have you been?
Good.
You spent your hard-earned money on a gradient Falcons jersey.
I knew that was going to happen. Underrated. It's underrated. I actually think it was a Christmas present. It's underrated.
There's no way.
Anyway, hey, I could have worn of how much of a Matt Ryan fan I am. I could have worn a Colts Matt Ryan jersey. Yes, I bought a Colts Matt Ryan jersey when he went.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, it's good to be back. It's good to be on here with you, Sy. It's good to be your co-host, Connor.
Yeah, Connor's at Matt Ruiz right now. He gonna leave in like 30 minutes.
Connor's leaving me in tears over here. Anyway, it's good to be on here with you fellas. Talk some football, maybe a little bit of baseball.
It's gonna be interesting this year, though, Brayden. I will say it's going to be interesting.
It is anybody's division.
It isn't, except the Panthers. Honestly, let's kind of. I don't even see.
Yeah,
they might win 6 games, maybe
better than last year, but it won't be great.
Yeah, you should have caught me on here a couple weeks ago. I don't think you were on here. I think Sy was producing that week. I did say the Falcons were going to win the division only because of Kirk Cousins but.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he does. But let's keep going into it. Where's the get that off there? Yeah, we know you're back. Let's go into the next thing. because this is something I want to talk about. And I'm glad you're here too, Brayden, because now you can bounce off. And I'm upset Bruce isn't here because today's a Hall of Fame game, and I want to talk about the Hall of Fame game. So I'm going to give you a couple little notes on the Hall of Fame game, a little overview of how the game's played. I've done a little bit of a history lesson back on the Tuesday show. So if you want to go back and watch that, link is in the description. I'll put it in later. I have a video to that. You'll go look at that Hall of Fame history. We'll get it all over there. But the Bears and the Texans are playing today for the first official game of the NFL season. Well, preseason. And it's in Canton, Ohio. Obviously, that's where the NFL Hall of Fame is. And the question is, if you go watch the video that we went probably yesterday, if Caleb Williams will start in the Hall of Fame game, the answer is no. So Caleb Williams and C.J. Stroud both are not starting this preseason, which makes sense. It limits injury. There's a lot of things that can happen if they do decide to play, because a lot of those guys who play those preseason games are working for a spot on that 53-man roster. And they're going to come off that line like they're starving, hungry people that have not eaten. They're ravages. They're animals. So they're going to try to sack C.J. Stroud and Caleb Williams like it's nobody's business. So what do you do to prevent that? Just don't have them start. So Tyson Bagent will be starting for the Chicago Bears, and we know what happened last time Tyson Bagent started against the New Orleans Saints. Didn't look too good. Do you remember that game, Brayden? No, you probably don't.
Specifically, no, but because only I don't spend my time watching Saints games. But
well, Davis Mills, who has starting experience, they both do, but Davis Mills started just about a whole season back in 2022. He will be starting for the Texans. So with the quarterback play we've seen from these two over the past seasons with Davis Mills and Tyson Bagent, who are we giving the edge to? I mean, obviously anything can happen in a preseason game. If you're not John Harbaugh, you're probably not going to start starters. So what's going on there? Whoever wants to take it first, we'll kind of give our picks, what we think is going to happen, and roll with it.
Well, I like the Tyson Bagent.
Bagent. Secret Bagent, man.
You like him.
I like him. I'm watching him right now. Good motion, good handoff on the jet sweep he's got. No, I mean, he had a little Linsanity run last year, if I'm not wrong.
No. Well, let's not go that far. No.
Okay. All right.
Let's not go that far. He was okay.
He had a time where he had to start, and Linsanity, yeah. Thank you, John.
I don't know if we can go
Tyson
that
Bagent,
far.
indeed.
He's more of like I don't have a good basketball comparison.
Well, I'll save you for the basketball because I'm not a basketball guy. But I know there were some Bears fans, and the very little Bears media I follow wanted Bagent to possibly work up to that number one spot. Obviously, Caleb Williams is the number one overall pick of the draft, so that changes everything and is a way better option. But I am taking Bagent over Mills. That's my pick. Silence.
Well, I'm gonna bounce right off that. If you're going to in this game, okay. First things first, this game really doesn't mean anything. It's good. It's good for the fact that this is our first official football game of 2024 NFL season. It's our first chance to get to see some rookies play. That is what's cool about the preseason. These are guys trying to find a spot on their respective team. As the quarterback play, I'm gonna give it to the industry plant man himself. If you're gonna come in here and tell me that Davis Mills is gonna win a football game, I'm sorry, no. He ain't. He's not that. He shouldn't even been the starter the 1 year he did. He started because Houston sucked. He's only still around because he's still probably on a rookie deal. I'm sorry, Davis Mills. No, thank you. I'm good. I also just like the story of Tyson Bagent a little more than Davis Mills. D2 star, got a chance, made a roster, played some meaningful football last year. Is him starting meaning anything for the Bears? No. Caleb Williams is QB1. We all know that. Does this mean something to at least get his stock up so that coaching staff can be like, okay, we got ourselves some decent little backup? Yes.
Well, I'm going to bounce back both of y'all. So let me tell you something, brothers. I'm going to address Brayden Conrad here for just a second. I can't stand, and it's not that I'm not a fan of him. I can't stand when people are saying that Caleb Williams is a better option than Justin Fields when Caleb Williams has not stepped on an NFL gridiron yet. You cannot tell me somebody is better on an NFL field.
This is what we're doing.
You cannot tell me somebody's better as a starting NFL quarterback when they've never started. No, you said Caleb Williams is a better option than Justin Fields. Or you alluded to it.
But I never specifically said that. I never specifically said that. I said he was a better option.
I can't stand it there. And he might be better than Justin Fields. He might be better than Justin Fields, but to say somebody is better than someone when no one has experience, you cannot tell me that you're going to go to a mechanic shop and rather somebody that started yesterday be the guy that fixed your car.
Okay, hold on.
Hold up.
You are outlandish. You are outlandish.
No. This is it. If I go to a mechanic shop and I want my car, I might have a guy that's gone to school for the past 2 years to go and fix my car. But I'd rather him than a guy that started yesterday to fix my car. I don't care if you know everything to do about a car. You haven't touched one. You haven't worked on one like the other guy that's been doing it for 2 to 3 years. I'd rather the guy that has the experience is all I'm saying. So to say the guy that started yesterday is better than the guy that's been there for 3 years is outlandish to me. So, and then I want to address Sy over here. I forgot the cameras backwards.
Right here. I'm right.
Forgot the cameras backwards. Look, Sy. Look. Do you know what you just said? I'm going to disagree with both of you because I saw Tyson Bagent against the New Orleans Saints, and he was absolutely doo-doo water. He literally.
Are you talking about the interception leader 2 seasons ago? That Davis Mills?
Now, hold up. Now, this is what I'm going to say about that. If you looked at Tyson Bagent that game and he took off his cleats, you want to know what you would have saw? You would have saw his skin underneath his socks because that's how wet his socks would have been after that game because of how sweaty he was. He was shaking in that pocket against the New Orleans Saints. I'm not calling him a bad QB. I would just rather have Davis Mills. You see my last name? Davis and Davis. And there's a reason. Sy's like, oh, it's probably because he's on a rookie deal. There are a ton of quarterbacks who's been on a rookie deal that have not stayed in whatever team they've been playing with. They have not made the 53-man roster. But you want to know who's made the 53-man roster every time he's been on that team? Davis Mills. You know why? Because Davis Mills is an appropriate option as a backup now, and he might be a more appropriate option than Tyson Bagent. So from what I've seen, I understand he threw a bunch of picks the year he started. But from what I have seen in the preseasons from last year, Davis Mills was very appropriate to come in after C.J. Stroud. After we saw what C.J. Stroud could do, Davis Mills really picked up the pace. He kind of put the team, I don't want to say put the team on his back, but he did a very good job on making sure the cargo would not fall off the wagon as it was going down the trail. He did a very good job of that. So I'm going to go with Davis Mills. I think he's a better option for this. Now, I could be wrong. I haven't watched a single minute of the game, and I know you've been watching Tyson Bagent. Do you know what the score is? Is it still 0-0?
7-0, actually.
Houston.
Oh, Houston's up 7-0?
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to see what happens. I'm just going to give my vote to Davis Mills because if we all agreed, it would be not fun to watch. But obviously, we don't all agree. I'm going with Davis Mills. I mean, look, dang it, I keep getting this wrong. Right?
I'm looking.
I don't even know. I don't even want to try to point at the last.
Let me give you this though, because I think there's a point that you made in there that I want to address. Davis Mills a starter for an NFL team this season? Can he be a starter for an NFL team this season if he wasn't on Houston?
Maybe the Broncos.
It's crazy because I'm looking at his stat line right now from 2022, and yes, in 15 games, did he throw for 3,118 yards? Yes. Did he throw 17 touchdowns? Also, yes. But I'm looking at this interceptions. He threw 15 picks in 15 games. That's quick math. He's throwing a pick a game. He also got sacked 31 times, and his QBR is a nice 35.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Threw so many picks because he got sacked 31 times. But I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm just
saying that 2022 season was not indicative of what he could be as a backup. I'm not calling him a starting quarterback. I don't think he's a starting quarterback. If he was a starting quarterback, he'd be somewhere else. But he's there for a reason. Davis Mills, they have not transferred a backup quarterback since he's been there because they say, hey, Davis, you have the experience. You've been the mechanic who's been there. So we're going to trust you with our cars. We're going to have you as our backup. You're going to stay in Houston and not leave. You're going to be – because guess what? A 53-man roster requires 2 quarterbacks to be on that roster. And guess who it is?
Oh, he's going deep, though.
And Davis Mills. Now, they did have Case Keenum, I think, last year, but I don't think Case Keenum's still on that team.
Case Keenum was a starter now for Minnesota.
I don't think. Yeah, Case Keenum was through the Minneapolis Miracle. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I understand who Case Keenum is.
I bet you don't want to talk about it.
Case Keenum is. But the reason Davis Mills is there and not Case Keenum, even though Case Keenum is the mechanic, Case Keenum is a retired mechanic. He don't want to work on cars anymore, which is why you get the up-and-coming dude who has a couple years of experience who is willing to work on electric vehicles. Case Keenum won't work on electric vehicles. So you're going to get the guy who will, and that's Davis Mills. I'm going with Davis Mills, y'all.
It's crazy because he's still rostered by Houston. He's still
Case
on that
Keenum
team.
Well, guess who's starting this game? Not Case Keenum.
Oh my!
It's Davis Mills.
Who cares?
So the other thing.
What?
Now I'm not a big Caleb Williams defender. I wasn't saying that he's going to take over the NFL or whatever, but I do think that Caleb Williams, he has such a really, really good supporting cast this year that he is going to be twice as better as Fields was. You have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. I mean, come on. And even Caleb Williams is really flashy. He's very, I don't know. I'm trying to compare him to somebody.
You can't because he hasn't stepped foot on the field. You can't compare him to anything because he hasn't stepped foot on the field.
I don't think.
Only thing I can compare him to is myself because I haven't been on the NFL field.
How many Heisman trophies have you won?
How many minutes of college football have you played?
How many minutes of college football have I watched is the real question.
Oh my, okay, Mississippi State boy, we get it. You're a big SEC guy, big SEC.
Have I watched?
But
Brayden,
you need to understand.
What conference is better, Big Ten or SEC? I need to hear it from him first.
From me?
Like who is better in the football realm?
Why are we going back to
like
this?
recently?
Why are we going back to this?
Like in the past several years and as of today, who is the best
SEC.
Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's okay.
I don't belong to a conference though. Notre Dame guy.
Exactly. Shut up.
I don't mind Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Guy. Nice little private institution. I would go there if it wasn't so expensive. But money is it's as of my best interest. So financials, I am about to drop. Look, if you can get out of student loans, get out of student loans. Don't trap yourself. Don't get in that entrapment for years and years of your lives so that you become the mechanic next time. You don't want to work a blue-collar job for the rest of your life. Go to school, get an education, and make something of yourself. Don't work in that mechanic shop all the years of your life.
And you heard it from Connor himself.
Football.
Here we go.
Hey, baseball.
What else we got, Connor? What else you got for us?
We got
that's about it. No, that's about it. I wanted to end with the Hall of Fame. I knew I was going to rant a bunch, so I just skipped. I was going to talk about the Madden 25-99 club, but they haven't finished it, so I just did not talk about it. Thank you, MJ. Thank you. He said he's inspired. Thank you, MJ. MJ is an individual who got a college education, and ask MJ how he's doing right now. The man moved to Frisco, Texas, and is doing phenomenal for himself. Ask him. Ask him.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
I'm sorry you're not here, MJ.
Where is it?
He's working at 12 hours.
His own show, and he's not even here.
He's working at 12
hours. Show up,
I know.
I do appreciate it. I do appreciate everything and y'all covering for me. I apologize I can't say the whole time, but before I leave, I would like to introduce. Oh yes, I will, MJ. I will, MJ. And MJ is not the only person I'm about to fire up, because right now, for this time only, today, if you call Jeff Fortepney at Erie Insurance, he'll give you a heck of a deal in homeowners insurance.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And if you are interested, give our guy Jeff a call at 704-464-4544 and let him know that TNT Media sent you and that Connor Davis is better at Jeff than firing people up. Anyways, now it is time for a little bit of Chaos Central. And what better to talk about, Brayden, than the old MLB trade deadline? So my question,
lot to unpack.
My question for you, it's a very, very simple question. Give me your biggest winner and your biggest loser from the trade deadline, and a little reason, little explanation on.
A little spice. You want a little spice?
I would love a little spice.
Little spice.
Little spice.
Okay. I thought long and hard about this. If you haven't checked it out, Jackson and I, and you, Sy, but Jackson and I spent about 2.5 hours yesterday, all covering all trade deadline stuff. Spear versus Ivy.
That's 2 days ago.
Other
2
side.
days ago.
There we go. That's was it 2 days ago? Yeah, my days are all.
I know. Hey, me too.
Anyway, biggest winner, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, and I even hate myself for saying this, but the LA Dodgers won the trade deadline.
Yeah,
they are an absolute mastermind of a team, and they needed one thing, in my opinion, and that was pitching. And what did they do? They went out and they got one of the best starters in the league right now in Jack Flaherty. And if you look at it, they really didn't give up all that much. They gave up their number 8 prospect, and I think their number 17 prospect, I believe, somewhere in the teens. But I know for sure the number 8 prospect. The LA Dodgers struggled this year with pitching. Their pitching hasn't been the best. And when you get an ace like Jack Flaherty, that will absolutely boost your starting rotation. Sorry. On to the losers. The Atlanta Braves.
Oh.
Here's why.
That's not what I was expecting.
You bring in just Jorge Soler as your only big candidate. Their rotation right now, Chris Sale is firing off. But I just think that they could have done a little bit more. I think maybe another piece in the rotation, if I'm not wrong. I wouldn't say spending big high on Crochet or Tariq, but maybe another smaller arm in that rotation. There was a guy named Jameson Taillon out there in the starting pitching market.
There it is.
And I think honestly, kind of retracking my steps. I'm going to still say the Braves are the losers. I just see more out of them, especially with the injury of Acuna. Like, hey, you've been one of the best teams in the NL the past couple of years, if not the best. Stay on top, send out your prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I think the ultimate loser is the starting pitching market because of that one trade between Houston and Toronto. What in the absolute world are you doing? And bouncing off of that, if you had a starting pitcher that you were able to sell at the trade deadline, what are you doing not getting rid of him after seeing that trade? The Cubs and JMO? Oh my gosh. Imagine what the Tigers would have gotten with Tariq. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
A team would have unloaded on them of how expensive a starting pitcher was this offseason, this trade deadline. Even look at Mark Leiter Jr. from the Cubs and what the Cubs got. They got 2 top 30 Yankee prospects for a relief pitcher. A relief pitcher. Now, he does, I believe, have a couple years of control. But anyway, regardless, a relief pitcher got you 2 top 30 prospects, a starting pitcher with a 4.5 ERA, netted you a number 2 prospect in an organization? Get out of here. Get out of here. Are you kidding me?
Spot on. No. All right. I like your takes. I like those. Those are not what I was expecting. I got different ones. So this is
good.
Interesting.
This is good.
So I have 2 big winners, and I think I have a couple losers for different reasons. But first big winner, I have to go the homer route because if I don't go the homer route, then I'm embarrassed for myself. The St. Louis Cardinals, they didn't do a lot, but they won the trade deadline. If not, they were top 3. I wouldn't. Winning.
I hate to cut you off, but Cubs and Cards are on right now. Cubs and Cards are on.
They are. They're tied 1-1 actually.
Okay, this is good.
This is good. Minus the fact that Paul Goldschmidt did go yard. I'll show that. By the way,
I saw that.
Just it's okay. Dansby did Dansby things. So, anyways,
the Cubs have a nasty sponsorship. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Go ahead. I want to.
No. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But so, the St. Louis Cardinals got Eric Fedde and Tommy Pham from the Chicago White Sox, and we gave them nothing. Yes, it was a 3-team trade. Yes, we ended up giving Tommy Edman to the Dodgers, who Tommy Edman has yet to play a game for us this year. The Cardinals have found success and found players who have stepped up without Tommy Edman. Frankly enough, we had needs we needed an outfield bat that can hit left-handed pitching, that can play center field, and we needed another starting pitcher badly. One that's not like a 5 level, like the mid tier, like a solid 2 to 3 that can slot behind Sonny Gray. We got both of those from the same team for a player that we were not going to use. That's a win in itself. We DFA'd a reliever who had a 9 ERA that we, frankly enough, did not need and we're not going to use anymore. RIP Gio, you'll be missed. You were great from 2019 and 2022, but the past 2 years, your arm's gone.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like kind of shocked because like Giovanni Gallegos was like the guy like before or during Ryan Helsley, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that is spot on. Gio was the guy before for Helsley. And then we got a bullpen. We got rid of Dylan Carlson. For those who don't know, Dylan Carlson, former top prospect. He was
Peoria Chiefs legend.
Peoria Chiefs legend. He was supposed to be that guy, so he was supposed to be legit. Have his jersey also in my closet, which is very upsetting. It's not what the Cardinals jersey that I have or with players who aren't on the team anymore. But Dylan Carlson never panned out. And this isn't like a Tyler O'Neill situation where it's like, oh, Tyler O'Neill actually had success. Dylan Carlson had a not a bad rookie year in 2021. Never been the same since. The fact that we were able to get a bullpen arm, which is the last like big piece that we needed, was another reliable arm in the bullpen in Sharm Armstrong. If you look at Sharm Armstrong's ERA with this year from the Rays, You see a 4.7, you go, oh, that's not great. But then you see a FIP that's below 4, and you go, okay, that'll work. And then literally just today, he came on the interview, and he was the Rays version of a Swiss Army knife. It did not matter the situation, whether it was mop-up role, whether he was coming in a close game. He was the guy who could do anything. Which right now for the St. Louis Cardinals bullpen, who could use another reliable right-handed pitcher behind Ryan Helsley, Andrew Kittredge, and Ryan Fernandez, Sean Armstrong's going to slot nicely in this bullpen. And this also means that guys like Ryan Lutos and Chris Roycroft, another Chiefs legend, who don't have to get meaningful innings. So, and we give up Dylan Carlson, who, as of last week, lost us a game when he didn't catch a rather routine fly ball because he took a very questionable route to it and then made like a lunge, and it wasn't good. It wasn't great. So that's my first biggest winner. My second biggest winner is Miami Marlins.
Whoa.
The Miami Marlins said, this is how you sell. This is how you sell legit. They took almost any player on their team that had value and got something for them.
They told them to get out.
Mm-hmm. They got just to name a few names. Brian De La Cruz went to the Pirates. First names. Damn, that's unfortunate.
It's just a base hit, but it was a hard one.
Good.
We like hard contact around here.
We do like hard contact around here. Tanner Scott, they got a haul for
a huge haul, an absolute. Again, the pitching market went crazy, and that's my loser. But anyway,
yes, no, they got a absolute haul from the Padres for Tanner Scott. They got Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers for Trevor freaking Rogers. They traded Jazz for Augustin Ramirez, who hits tanks. They got Evanston De Los Santos from the Diamondbacks for AJ Puck, another guy who hits piss missiles. They said anybody who's got value that we know that we do not need for this future, goodbye, you're gone. They full rebuild. It's very obvious. They weren't performing good this year. What did you expect? For them to try to keep skating along, keep going along? No, they were going to tear it down. They're going to rebuild. But no one expected the level they did it. They traded 11 different players, I believe. Like, that's freakish numbers.
Yeah, I do like how you're looking at it. You're looking at it as a glass half full type of guy. Mm-hmm. But I remember Jackson and I were talking about this, and like I viewed them as a loser because this was a team that was playing playoff games 9 months ago. And I can't remember who was all. The Bears just scored. I can't remember who all was on there, but I think like Jake Berger was one of the only players still on there and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But it's just looking at that. You're playing a playoff game 9 months ago. You were playing playoff baseball. You had a chance to make it to the World Series, to win the World Series. And a season later, just like that, you have a fire sale, and now you're starting over. It may not be another 2-3 years even till these prospects are ready to go, and you're competing again. I think that takes a lot out of a general manager, a president of baseball operations to be like, hey, we're selling everything, and now we're gonna sit back for the next couple of years and rebuild. But I like the point that you bring up, that they're the actual winners. They got an absolute haul for Tanner Scott, and they build up their prospect pools. So kind of what we saw with the Orioles too, right? Like they had some of the best prospects over the past couple of years, and Jackson Holliday, Grayson Rodriguez. So now in a couple of years we can see that with the Marlins. And
they're how the Marlins doing is they're taking. It's not all high name guys. Mm-hmm. Like Dylan Lesko's a high name guy. I think it's Robbie Snelling, left-handed pitcher from the Padres that they got, high name guy.
Well, I think he was their number 4, right?
He was their 2.
2? Yeah.
It's top 100 guy, like filthy, nasty, extremely, extremely good. And then they got some smarties. They got volume, which, yes, looking at 9 months ago, they were playing playoff baseball. Skip Schumacher won NL Manager of the Year. Like, and it is extremely bad to look at it. It's the fact of, man, what happened?
Right.
Like, you fired your GM, who your president of baseball operations, Kim Ning, should have never been fired, should have never been gone. Like, that should have never happened. And then
they
you
just
see
hit that restart button.
And then you see no results. And it also, you playing in the NL East.
Yeah,
Phillies,
the NL, I mean, juggernaut. Absolutely.
Phillies
juggernaut.
are running. The Phillies are respectfully, they're running shit right now. Yes, because the Braves are banged up, and even then, the Braves are still in that wild card esque range. Like
and the Mets are playing wild card baseball too.
The Mets are playing wild card baseball too. Shout out Grimace. Shout out Jose Iglesias. That's why that's happening. And then the Washington Nationals. They did sell some pieces off, but they still got a young, sneaky little team that is going to compete. It's really unfortunate.
And they sold guys too, and they got prospects too this season.
It's unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate to look at it, but the Marlins backed against the wall. There's nothing they really couldn't have done. So the fact that they knew, they viewed this and they said, we don't have a shot. Let's sell high on our guys. Let's get let's get volume in return. Let's develop. Let's see how they shake out. Give it a couple years, because they know that the Phillies can't compete like this forever. The Braves can't compete like this forever. The Mets can't compete like this forever.
Right.
The only team that's going to end up starting to compete is Washington.
Right. So let me flip this on you. If the Marlins would have maybe done a soft buy, or even maybe just stayed put, do you think that would have put them in an okay position for the future? Or do you think hard sell, as much as they did, was the right decision?
I think hard sell was the right decision, because if for guys who would have been free agents, Josh Bell wasn't going to come back. Jazz was going to end up wanting out at some point too, whether he officially requested or not. Like, they had names to what they did was smart. Now we're going to transition to the losers. Also, I'll give this actually for the winners. Honorable mention also goes to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays did relatively the same thing that the Marlins did. However, they held on to their bigger names.
The Blue Jays fleeced, though. The Blue Jays absolutely fleeced.
The Blue Jays did fleece. And one of the teams they fleeced is the Houston Astros, which is I have three losers, if I'm thinking correctly. Yes. Houston Astros are one. This one's a very quick one. You're telling me you gave up Jake Bloss and Loperfino for a 4.76 ERA, Yusei Kikuchi, who's a rental, who's a free agent in 2.5 months, who you're not going to bring back? No.
Yeah.
That is what are
L.
we doing?
That we call that an L around here. That's just
we
what
call that an L. And what makes this so much of an L? This was the move that set the trade market. This was the move that set the pitching market in particular. And then you see farther down the line, right at the buzzer, those moves didn't happen. The pitching market fell apart. And you know what team fumbled? The Detroit Tigers. They're my biggest loser, number 2. You're telling me you got 2 prospects for Jack Flaherty? That's it? That's all? Nothing else?
Yeah.
Not even a top 100 prospect in your return? No. What? Detroit fumbled. You traded away Mark Canha for some random prospect. Cool. You knew you were going to move Jack Flaherty, but you waited till the last second and got nothing in return. Diego Vieira, not Diego Vieira, that's a random reliever's name. The key prospect they got back, the catcher first baseman mix, he could be good. But why? Where's the top 100? They could have gotten 2 top 100 guys plus the 2 others that they got from the Dodgers in particular. You're telling me a Dalton Rushing could have gone back, like a River Ryan, like a Justin Robretsky,
Dodgers had three pitching prospects in their top 10.
You're telling me you got barely anything back in return, and okay, they didn't sell Terry Skubal, which I think is and going to pan out as the right move.
Right,
but
you got to keep your ace. Yeah,
you have to keep your ace. But the Tigers had opportunity to sell a lot more than they did, and they didn't. And Jack Flaherty just not being not getting moved is it's a head scratcher. It's a head
But
scratcher.
I think though too that like I'm pretty sure that Flaherty is a free agent at the end of this year too.
He is. It's a rental move.
So yeah, it's a rental, and you can't give up too much prospects for a guy like this. I mean, I think back to like from like the Cubs when they traded Javi Baez, and now they got PCA, who was the top prospect in the big leagues the last couple of years. And now he's in the big leagues. He's not really doing a lot, but he's showing those flashes. So I think maybe picking out those two prospects for the Tigers will maybe pan out. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what prospects
it's possible.
will do.
That's the thing about prospects is you could be you don't have to be ranked for you to be something legit.
Right. But I do agree with you that I feel like, I mean, with the Dodgers having those three pitching prospects in their top 10, I think River Ryan was 4. Not coming away with one of them is kind of like, oh man, like you had the opportunity to gain another starter, gain another bullpen arm that's going to be ready in the next year or two, and you didn't do that. And especially of how hot this pitching market was this year. So I like your point. I agree with you on there. You had another loser?
I do. And this one makes me feel the type of way. Let's talk about Chicago White Sox for just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because there's
no, I'm sorry, but Nolan Arenado, they're coming from a Cubs fan. Oh, I can't wait till he's out of the NL Central. And balls that go over 95 miles an hour actually have a chance to get past the third baseman in St. Louis. Golly, it's so annoying.
I'm guessing Nico I just looked at the score. I'm guessing Nico hit a scorcher to him. Go figure. Yeah. And they're also Noddle's hitting 280 again, which is awesome to see. But anyways, we're gonna get to Cardinals and Cubs in a minute. So, all right. So I'm going through what Chicago White Sox did. They traded away Michael Kopech, Eric Fetty, Tommy Pham on their first move. They got Miguel Vargas in return. I think that might actually pan out decently well. Vargas didn't really have a spot per se on the Dodgers. Quick hands. Defense, it's going to be good. He's going to play every day. See if the bat comes around, you know? Jack, we're getting there. We're getting there, Jack. we're getting there. This is the reason why I say this till last, because this is where I get to. So you trade away those big names. You're thinking, oh, everybody's like, oh, Eric Fetty, Jordan Walker, that's gonna happen. Everybody's like, oh, you're getting a couple top 30 guys for Tommy Pham. You're getting just all this. Everybody's like, okay, you're gonna get all this legit stuff. They got 2 prospects actually. Alexander Albertus and Gerald Perez, 2 people that nobody's ever heard of from the Dodgers. Maybe ranked. They were in the top 30, but they were 20s and they were lower in 20s. In a 3-team trade, you got also some random DSL pitcher from the Cardinals. Boo-hoo. But actually didn't even get the Dodgers got him. But it's like, okay, so you look at that, and you look at Chris Getz, and you go, all right, what the fuck is this? Okay, cool. Then next thing you know, oh, Eloy Jimenez State trade. No one expected Eloy to get moved. It was like, oh, you're going to trade Luis Robert, you're going to trade Garrett Crochet, you're going to trade all of these, you're going to trade the big names. Eloy randomly gets moved to Baltimore. You get Trey McGough in return. Cool, great. He's a name. You trade away Paul Young. You saw that coming. You got a right-handed pitcher, Jared Rosario. Could be good, could be not. He's a prospect nobody knows of. Cool, awesome. Trade away Tanner Banks. Okay. He's a name that exists. You didn't really get anybody in return for him, but that's all that got moved from the White Sox. So now you're looking, you're saying, oh, John Revia didn't get moved, but it was in a relief market. Interesting. Garrett Crochet didn't get moved, and everybody wanted Garrett Crochet. The Dodgers would have gave up everything for Garrett Crochet. The Yankees said, "Oh, we got names. When we have history, let's trade with the Yankees." Like there's Everybody wanted Garrett Crochet, and you didn't move him. And the only reason why you didn't move him is because his agent came out and said, oh, if Garrett Crochet gets traded, we're expecting an extension to get signed. He's arbitration eligible to like 2027. He does not need an extension. I get it. He's good. Good for a White Sox team. Look at the numbers deep down. Is it really that good? He's got injury risk. There's a chance that he has to fall back and become a reliever again because his arm can't take the innings.
Right.
And then Luis Robert. Everybody also wanted Luis Robert. Yes, batting like 215. Not great, but he has no protection in the White Sox lineup. I'm sorry, is Gavin Sheets and Andrew Vaughn actually going to protect Luis Robert in that lineup? No, they're not. So then you don't. So yes, I guess it would have been buy low per se on Luis Robert, but that's the name itself, the value and the potential that you know he has, but we don't move him.
Right. Yeah, I like where you're coming from, especially like the White Sox had to move more, but I think Garrett Crochet absolutely screwed it up for them because no team was going to be like, well, you're going to come and be this rental guy, and not even a rental because he's arbitration eligible, but they came out and said, well, we want an extension. You screwed that up for the White Sox, and the White Sox should be absolutely furious, or they can look at it as a glass half full way and be like, all right, we have our ace. We're going to build around him. There you go. I agree with you, though. Lou Bob not getting moved is an absolute terrible move. He should have been moved. He shouldn't have made it in the lineup yesterday. I remember seeing the White Sox lineup come out, and Lou Bob was in the lineup, and I'm like, well, he's more than likely not getting traded. And the prospects that they would have gotten out of him, especially with him receiving MVP votes last year, he was second in Rookie of the Year his rookie year. I mean, come on. Like, you didn't – I'm not going to say you didn't try to move him because I'm sure they did try to move him, but the fact that you didn't come through with something, you're the worst team in baseball right now, the worst team in Chicago White Sox history right now, and you can't even move your – you can't even win the trade deadline. I agree with you, Sy. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Garrett Crochet is 6-8 with 3.23 ERA and 114 innings pitched. 160 strikeouts in that many innings. 160 and 114. And you're telling me that you – how are we going to say if the reasoning why you keep Crochet is because – oh, you think you can compete. You think you can get this rebuild done quick. You think it can be all this good jazz.
No, there's no rebuild done quick.
And then back to Lubob. I'm sorry. Let's just take the record. How bad is the White Sox? Oh, right. They're 27 and 84, and you're telling me. You're telling me that you're gonna keep Garrett Crochet and keep Luis Robert and go, we're gonna compete and these are gonna be our cornerstones. These are gonna be our guys.
Yeah, that's like the only excuse that I can see too.
You've lost 17 straight games. You had the record for the longest losing streak, and then you broke your own record in the same season.
Mm-hmm.
But you have 27 wins. 27 wins.
Yeah.
You have guys who should not be on big league. Half your roster is still of guys who, quite frankly, should not be playing Major League Baseball. I get it. You want to try to compete, but you have a manager. Also, let's talk about Pedro Grifol too. Since we're on this White Sox ramble. So you're also going to tell me that your manager has zero support in any of the guys on the team, including Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet was dumbfounded that he didn't get traded. He's like, well, I guess I'm still here. Like.
Yeah, but Garrett Crochet screwed it up. Like, no team was going to sell high, and I will say this, and I think I'll defend the White Sox in this in this spot, if you're not going to get at least, I would say, well, for sure, 2 top 20 prospects out of an organization and 1 top 10 guy, then no shot that you should have moved Crochet, especially with him being arbitration eligible for the next couple of years. No shot.
But you go first. I'm going to rebut.
But yeah, I mean, them. I do like this is what like I wish I was a fly on the wall of knowing like, hey, like what were teams willing to give up before he came out and said he wanted the extension, and then after, because I bet a lot of teams backed out because we're not going to pay this guy.
I bet so.
It is injury eligible, and that could get moved back to the bullpen because he's a high fastball guy, high 90s guy, and he's not going to sit in the rotation forever. It's just not how pitching goes nowadays.
I do think that his agent royally screwed him over. My rebuttal is, you understand that you have a manager who's blaming the players in their results. You have a manager who has zero support in the squad. Like, the manager from Moneyball, that's the vibes Pedro Grifol gives. He don't want to be there. He's like, screw these guys. It's their fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah. And then they want AJ Przinsky to come around and manage the team next year. So is Pedro getting fired? Is that like?
Oh, he has. There's no doubt in my mind. If Pedro's still there next season, I think they'll wait to the end of the season to fire him. Now Pedro has to be gone. There's no way Pedro can continue to be in that clubhouse. That clubhouse is toxic.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham comes over and automatically is 100 times happier, 100 times better, like than when he was on the White Sox. You just Chris Getz. What are we doing? Do you know how to run a front office? Because I look at rebuilds, and I look at Oakland and what they're doing. I look at Chicago and what they're doing. I look at Miami and what they're doing. Hell, I look at Tampa Bay and what Tampa Bay did, and you're telling me there's like trends. Like Oakland is competing. Oakland came out. They made a couple moves. They didn't sell on Brent Rooker, which honestly may be one of the smartest moves that their front office ever made. They only sold off Paul Blackburn, who was getting up there in age, and they got a decent prospect in return for him. They sold Lucas Erceg and got a haul from Kansas City for him.
And imagine what they would have gotten from Mason Miller if Mason Miller wouldn't have gotten hurt. But I think kind of just backtracking to the White Sox a little bit, them not being able to move Crochet should have immediately told Chris Getz, I need to move Luis Robert. That should have been the first thing that came to his mind. And if he's viewing it as a point of, well, he's going to be our cornerstone, he's going to be the next guy to lead this team. Dude, again, you have 25 wins, right? You have 27 wins. What are you doing? Move on, start over, fire your manager. Let's go. Get this back together. Absolute dumpster fire. I'm embarrassed that my baseball team is in the same city as them.
They've set up such a toxic environment that now that I'm speechless.
The legend of Davis Mills is currently driving. He's just cooking the Bears up.
That's crazy. But that's all I got for winners losers in the trade deadline. This was one of the better trade deadlines in recent memory. I think we can agree on that. Like especially
actually you say that, and Jackson and I talked about this the other day.
Okay.
I just felt like with the pitching market, I just felt like sold way too high. And it just felt like there was something and maybe this was the Juan Soto deal that just absolutely robbed it for me. That seeing like Juan Soto get traded, I'm always expecting that super humongous trade to happen. I also think there was so much hype going into this deadline too, from a Cubs fan's point of view, that hey, Vlad might be out there, Bo Bichette might be out there. I'm sure the Blue Jays took calls for that. And also Pete Alonso.
They did, and then they proceeded to go, actually, we're going to hold these guys. We're going to keep them around.
Right.
Because Blue Jays still got a young team. Like they sold their bets off, but the Blue Jays they're gonna suck a little bit
and they're still young. And I also think that somehow because of Grimace, the Mets actually started playing good baseball, and Pete Alonso is still there. And there's a lot of rumors that Pete Alonso is going to get traded. So I just think that there was a lot of hype going into this trade deadline of some top players may have gotten moved, and that didn't happen. I don't think it was like a bad. Oh, Texans just scored. I don't think it was a bad deadline. I just thought there was so much hype going into it with those three names, and we didn't get that.
Yeah,
we got Flaherty that got moved, and
but we saw the Flaherty one coming.
Right.
I honestly, I think the biggest move was the Yusei Kikuchi move.
I
think if we're gonna look at like the biggest moves, it would be Yusei Kikuchi being moved, Flaherty being moved right at the buzzer, basically, and then the 3-team Eric Fetty trade. And then I'll mention the Jorge Soler going back home, but that package the Giants got returned wasn't really it, I guess. But yeah, that's what I got. We're gonna quick transition. We're waiting on Mr. Jack Gaffney will be showing up at some point shortly.
Man.
And then us three, we are going to roll a little tier list. But for those who are tuned in, I'm gonna give show us a little bit of transparency. Reason why Bray and I are here is Bruce and MJ. They both had some work duties tonight that they had to settle. So that's why they're out. And
talk about two bullpen arms coming in, two long relievers coming in, taking over the show.
Yeah, the exact words were we called in the writing. We went here with it. We went. I'm always here. I'm typically in the background though, so I don't get the screen time.
Get the camera your camera time is on Mondays.
Yeah, my camera time is on Mondays, and then Bruce will pull me in here randomly and then try to make fun of me. So that happens too. It's okay.
Yeah, we're not as fiery as MJ and Bruce. MJ and Bruce are a very dynamic duo, but
they are a very dynamic duo. Yeah, the show must go on is how we say, and even though the Connor news, that sprung on me last minute. He said, I got to call you. And I said, okay. And then he told me what was going on. I was like,
all right. Well,
all
here
right.
we are.
That's when I texted you. I was like, okay, I definitely don't need you to be
We were kind of close that it was just going to be a Sy solo show. There you go. There's your next show, the Sy solo show.
We have the MJ Hurley show for that. That's
we'll make a note of it.
We'll make a note. Editor's note. I can say that.
Note.
But
is Kenny joining us too for this jersey? Because Kenny is the.
We definitely wanted Kenny to join, but his the personal life for him is a little hectic for him. He said, "Oh my goodness." Jack said he's going to surprise me when he comes in the show. That's okay, but Kenny's got the personal life busy today, so I say don't sweat it. Don't sweat coming on. But with all this
Cardinals and Cubs game is just it's 1-1. It's gonna be the 8th or 9th inning, and the Cubs bats absolutely go dark in the late innings. I think it's this Motorola patch is going to do one of two things. It's gonna turn this whole team around. We can look back at it today when they announced it on Thursday, August 1st, 2024, that the Motorola patch turned the whole Cubs season around, and they had somehow snuck in the wild card. Somehow, I'm sure Jackson will have some words on Monday. Anyway, or this is the next GOAT, and we're going dark for the next 108 years. Mark it here. Folks,
if the Cubs do decide to go dark, they may need some car insurance to go get them out of town. They might have to.
You always need car insurance in Chicago.
Yes, you do.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And for those who want themselves that little discount, that little hometown deal, you know what to do. Call our guy Jeff at 704-464-4544 or at jeff@mybebig.com. Let them know you want that sweet hometown deal. And on that note, it is time to bring in
drum roll,
the
please.
man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jack Gaffney himself. Oh
There
my
he is.
God. Tyson's agent is an industry plant. This is the propaganda for today. Oh no. Are we having the mic problems again? We might be. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, while Jack gets his mic fixed, it is time to let you guys know. Oh?
We good?
Uh-oh.
We're good. All right. There we go. It's time to let y'all
in the flesh. Jack Gaffney, everybody, in the flesh.
He's here. He's present.
For everybody that doesn't know, Jack is our editor-in-chief here at Third Down Thursdays. He is an absolute legend. All the content that you see on the website goes through him. Every edit, every little detail in articles, he has something to do with it. So, Jack, a little applause we'll give to you.
Shout out to Jack indeed. He the Drake May truther himself, as some may call him.
This is my QB3.
Shush. He's still my QB1. I don't care.
The Brian Kelly hater.
The Brian Kelly hater indeed.
Oh, that dude ever steps foot in Massachusetts again. Hammers, I promise you.
But
Hammers.
we are here to do a little tier list. Little NFL tier list because
just a little one.
It's all a fan game. You're saying we're not gonna do some NFL content, but we have ourselves here today, boys. The NFL Uniforms 2024 Alternate Edition tier list.
This is that real. If you know what I'm talking about, this is that real stuff right here.
This is we got from S+ all the way down to hell. Still kept F. Come on now.
Get F out of here. No, there's no F.
Get F out of here.
Yeah, hell is F. Hell is 100%.
Hey, exact decisions get made, but we got some jerseys, guys. So let's.
I see that Falcons in that number 2 spot though. I do have that jersey.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, but you decide to wear a infinitely worse jersey.
It fits better. It's
not good. Right? It's a bad jersey.
Come on. I wanted to stand out.
Some Nike person who's in charge of like the NFL uniform department's like, we're cooking here. You understand? And got no pushback. I got multiple people in the chain of command had to be like, okay, this is good, and it happened.
It's so bad that even last year, Arthur Smith was like, yeah, we're not wearing that last year. And they didn't wear it.
And you fired him?
They fired him.
All right.
I remember listening to a podcast. I think it was like with Kyle Long or Chris Long. And Arthur Smith was on there. Yeah. And he was going, yeah, we're not wearing that red jersey this year. And I was like,
oh, hero. Oh.
And I looked in my closet and I was like, well, I guess I'm not wearing that this year. But here we are.
I had Arthur Smith all wrong, man.
I think on that note, I think we should start with the Falcons jersey. What do we?
Are we doing jersey as itself or the whole
entire uniform? The entire
So
for the record, these are the red helmets, black jerseys, and then the silver pants, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they're white. They're white pants. But
white
pants.
I would say S-. I think they're super clean. I love the helmets.
I do agree. These
the gold accents on the helmet go crazy. I don't think it's quite S+.
I don't think it's S+. There's a couple. Agree. There are some S pluses in
Yeah,
here,
like-
but that's why we have
yeah,
the
like,
S minus.
You'll know when we get to S plus. I don't think it's quite S plus, but I definitely don't think these are A either. Like this is a perfect middle
Agreed.
ground.
So here's the
All right.
thing. I can't really see the pictures that well.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
wanna
was
be
telling Sy earlier. The first
Yeah.
one I can tell you for a fact is the Cardinals, which is the all black Cardinals.
Oh,
one.
okay. That's
Yeah, can
I'm
say
gonna
that
go
is the
B.
Cardinals.
I would say
Ooh.
B. These are no B. I think these are solid. I like the
I
helmet.
I do like the Cardinals all black. I'll second with
I
the B.
sneaky love their entire uniform set. I didn't like it at first, but once you saw
I
them,
do like their whites. I do like
oh,
their
the all whites. Those
Yeah.
might be some of the best uniforms in
with the
entire.
gray. I do like that. But
Beautiful.
the big word lettering is just it's not it.
Yeah, it's giving Oklahoma. It's
Right.
like yeah, like every red college team you've ever seen.
No, seriously.
Is this Baltimore that we have next?
This is Baltimore all black.
All black. See, I think this all black is better than Arizona.
These are their best uniforms.
Yes.
So yeah,
Outside of the new ultras, which I do like outside of the helmets, but these, yeah, these are A easily.
Yeah, I like A. I don't think it goes in the S tier, but
Oh, no way. I can
Yeah.
go. I was gonna say at most A. If we look at Cardinals this one, I would take.
Yeah, it's like
Baltimore.
I feel like the purple and gold pops pretty good on it. The gold more so than the purple, but yeah.
I do like the black jersey and purple pants that the Ravens do, and I think they're like undefeated in that uniform combo.
I remember for a while I think it might have been one game in 2015. They brought out like the worst gold pants you've ever seen in your entire life. It was a Ryan Mallett game. Yeah, with a Ryan Mallett start because Joe Flacco was hurt. That's the only reason I remember this game. They brought him out once and they never used them again. Never used them again. They were that bad.
No,
Absolutely. Yeah, they had those pants in like Madden, and I would always wear those pants just because they were so ugly.
So awful.
All right, we got Bills here next.
Yeah, it's the Bills all red. Well, red with the white helmets.
I'm gonna say D, and only because like, I mean, like if we're really gonna be real, we're kind of just ripping off the Patriots a little bit here, no?
Oh, here he goes.
No, a little bit. Listen,
It
listen.
is a little. It is a little
Listen.
bit. I do.
Now, if they had the red helmets, that changes the entire dynamic.
That's what I was going to ask.
The
Is
entire
this
dynamic.
uniform better with the red helmet or not?
100%. The Bills'
But-
red helmets are one of my 5 favorite helmets in the history of the sport.
If this was the red helmets, I could sneak it at A, even S minus. But this is the white helmets with the white accents. It still does look good, but I'm thinking like the
I just
B
don't
to
think
C
red-
range.
I just don't think red when I think of the Bills. It's always the
Exactly.
Bills.
I think of the blue with the red accents and the white accents.
Like, I get
think
it's
of when I
technically
think
their
of.
alternate like color, but it's
Yes,
I just
but-
don't-
And it's spicy in their uniform combo. I think honestly though, like since they have the white helmet, if they did the white pants here, it would look 10 times better.
Yeah, Josh
Well,
Allen
they
does
went-
that, and he brought that look out in like a spring practice once or a summer practice.
Yeah,
But they
the red
went.
helmet. That was so
But they
sick.
went the red pants. Based on that notes, I'd
D
go
or C?
B. Oh, I'll go
Where are
C.
you going?
I think
I like C. I like C.
I like
I will
I like
concede.
C.
I will concede. Now we're getting to
I like
a couple
the
really good ones.
it's got a little spice.
Okay.
Sy. Sy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're getting
We're getting to some spice. I'm gonna keep my
Here we
words to last. I'm gonna keep my words to last.
It's way back. Oh my gosh, he hit that a mile. He hit that a country
the hell
mile. Oh
happened?
my gosh, Seiya Suzuki.
Oh,
Seiya Suzuki.
I didn't know the Cubs were playing.
Cubs
Yeah.
Cardinals are playing right now.
Oh! Why didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
we're
watching the Hall of Fame.
he's watching.
I got really scared.
I brought up my football stuff, but I'm watching baseball. So
Oh,
here we
Kenny
go.
is here.
Kenny!
Let him in here.
Get that.
Hi,
man
Kenny.
here. Kenny.
There we
What's
go.
up,
There
fellas?
we go.
We're doing a jersey
There
tier
we-
list.
Ooh.
Alts.
This
My
is
favorite.
Alt jerseys. So
Okay.
we'll fill you in. So far, we have the Atlanta Falcons alts in S minus. We have Baltimore's all black in A. We have the Cardinals all black in B, and the Bills red with the white helmet in C.
Okay. I agree with most of that. I could see the Cardinals being an A, but I can agree with all that. The Bills, I never thought the Bills should have a white helmet again. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you
they're in
for
the
being on
perfect
the right
spot.
side of history.
they need to bring back those red helmets for sure.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't care if you want more
we did say if it had the red helmets because we're great.
Hey,
It's the whole jersey.
Solid red. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
If it was
sure.
all red, we would
the
go
entire
A.
body of work is what we're counting here.
So,
Kenny, I have to ask, what jersey are you wearing?
Maryland Terrapins.
Okay.
okay.
No
We're a month
Bears
out from
jersey for
Big
the
Ten
Hall of Fame
football.
game?
I'm more about
Tyson Bagent starting. It doesn't count.
right.
This isn't a real game. This is a non-canon NFL game.
Half the Bears roster isn't on the field right now. The other half is going to get cut by the end of the month. So not really feeling it. But I didn't want to wear my CJ Stroud Texans jersey for tonight. So I went with the Terrapins because we're a month away from Big Ten football. So
yes, we are.
Yes,
getting amped up for that for sure.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see Iowa score 9 points in their home opener.
I am too. And we're playing Illinois State in our opener too.
I was so pissed I wasn't here last week for that SEC thing because Connor did such a horrible job of making that argument. Because all you had to say was, if Iowa or like Northwestern play any team in the SEC, what's happening? Any team. We're talking Vanderbilt. We're talking.
No. Northwestern
could
could handle Vanderbilt. I'm pretty sure.
And then Iowa has one of the best defenses in all of college football this year.
I agree. Like, that means nothing when you have like a 120th offense. Like, you know what I mean?
Crazy because Jalen Milroe would struggle. Just saying. Anyways,
it's all about Ohio State, though. We all know that. So.
The funny thing is, I think this is the most college football I've heard on this podcast because MJ is not a college football guy.
Right.
Shot MJ.
I kind of am by association. I just don't really have a team.
Anyway, moving on. Who do we have up first here, Jack?
Oh, this is so easy. I'm pretty sure. These are the Dolphins home alts.
Oh my gosh.
S plus. Yeah, S plus.
Yeah.
Not even. These are comfortably. Yeah. If we're individually ranking S plus at the end, these are probably in my top 3.
That's the one with the retro helmet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be right up there.
I know Dolphins fans want these as their primaries. They are absolutely correct. They are on the right side of history, and they should be commended for that.
Yeah, they need to bring that back. They need to get the Dolphin with the helmet on. It's a classic. It needs to come back now.
What about the Dolphins orange uniforms? I'm not talking about the color rush ones, but I'm talking about like the actual orange jerseys, white pants. Yeah. Those I thought were clean.
I didn't really like those, but they were better than the color rush because the color rush like orange.
The color rush was terrible. Yeah.
It was like a way too light orange. I feel like the ones that had in the 2000s were pretty good.
Yeah, overall the Dolphins are just too light right now. I think they need to go back to their darker keep their colors, but they got to go back to the darker tones for sure.
Yeah, they have awesome colors to work with.
Yeah,
agreed.
Some of the best in the league.
All right, next one up. I believe this is the Jets black jerseys.
All black. Oh man, it's kind of like which all black jersey do you like best, and you have to put that kind of.
I would say.
I don't think that's the Jets. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Are we looking the very next one? Isn't that the Panthers?
I can't really tell.
Is that the Panthers?
I think
that. I think that.
I don't know. Hold on. I think I can zoom in.
That's a powder blue stripe going down the pant leg. I think that's the Panthers, boys.
That is, That's
the Panthers. Hold on. We're getting there. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not a computer person. Me zooming in, don't know if I know how to. So
can you open up the image in a new tab?
So much of a producer guy.
Hey,
only the best, only the brightest,
only the best.
You called me out.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Give me a second. But what is this?
I can tell these next two are the Bears. I know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll pause on this one. We'll just go to the Bears ones because we know for sure. We're gonna get this zoomed in. Just
the Bears oranges are better than the.
We're all in the trust tree here, correct?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, because Bruce is not here. I want to make sure I can get these takes off without getting reprimanded. I think these both are hell.
Oh.
I don't like the white one.
Hear me out. The white ones are horrible. I hate that there's like 6 stripes instead of just like 3 or 4. Horrible. And I just don't like the orange with the Bears. I like the one throwback they had where it was just like the block orange.
The block orange numbers.
Orange. Yeah, with the classic helmet. Where it was
with
no
the gray
logo.
face mask, right?
Yeah, like those are awesome. I hate both of these. Yeah,
So
I hate
the
both.
white one, the only reason why I'm okay with the white one is because it's historical. I like what they did with the helmet because obviously you're not going to put on the old leather helmets. And what the
The
Packers
helmet's
did what the Packers did with that brown helmet was just stupid. So I'm okay with the white one. I'm actually a real big fan of the orange one. I love the orange helmet. I think
I
that
like the orange
they
too.
went in a completely different direction than what was expected of them with that once they were allowed to come up with the second lid. So I would concede on the white jersey to maybe like a D tier, C tier, but I think that the orange one should at least be a B tier.
My thing with the orange one is if you inverse the like the lettering and the number colors, like if it was primary like blue numbers and lettering as opposed to white, that infinitely improves these. The problem is that's not what it is right now.
Well, they tried that too, though. They tried the blue numbers, and it didn't go over well with the fan. Well, the orange jerseys overall haven't really ever gone over with the fans, but the blue numbers on the orange jersey didn't sell. So I think that's why they went with the white on that one.
All right, that's fair enough.
So what are
I-
we thinking? Also,
I like the
I'm
orange
zooming
ones
in.
higher up.
I think orange,
So like
orange one's
B
higher up as
or
well.
A.
I did also just try to zoom in, like when I do the command keys, it's not letting me because I'm sharing my screen. So
Ooh.
yeah, we're SOL for that. I know. I
can open up. I can open this up, but I can just on my phone. I can just let you know what's
honestly, go for it. So I trust your judgment, but so
You should.
I do.
Good.
But I'm thinking the orange ones B, the white ones C.
I'm okay with that.
I'm getting overruled here. Fine. Actually, no, that's probably good because Bruce is going to see this eventually.
Majority rules.
Majority rules. We'll go
Yeah,
B.
Bruce will see this.
We'll go C because he's like, what in the world are y'all doing?
Yeah, that's definitely the Panthers.
That is definitely the
Yeah,
Panthers.
that should definitely. Yep.
I do like the blue accent. I like the blue accent.
I
love
don't
the
hate
black
the
helmet.
Yeah, I don't hate
helmet
it.
is-
I don't hate it.
The helmet.
I'm gonna go
I think
A.
that they should have a
I like
black
A
helmet
here.
permanently. So I would go A for them on that one.
I wouldn't say permanently, but I don't hate it as like a one-off. Like, yeah, we'll run this like 2 or 3 times a year.
I'm liking A. However, I do like the Baltimore's All Blacks before these.
I'm just thinking of what's
I
coming
agree with
up,
that.
and I can't
Yeah.
say A. I think these are definitely B. I just don't think they're A.
We can adjust down the line
Yeah,
if need be.
Yeah, just looking at what's coming up, I
That
can't
is-
say these are A.
Okay. We'll go safe B. Safe B.
Yeah,
We're
they're
gonna-
good. I don't hate these by any
We're gonna
stretch.
put them. I'm actually gonna order it. Even to me.
Yeah, because I think there would be like low A, high B. So I think
Yeah.
We can go to B. We can go B.
We got the
All right.
Bengals next. Oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
Bengals?
I got to take.
So we got the orange and then the all white. The all whites are
I-
S plus. We can get
The
that.
all
out.
whites
Yeah.
are S plus indeed. That's an E. That's like my easiest S plus.
Yeah, those are some of the best.
However,
You don't like the orange?
I'm like D tier on these oranges.
What?
Really? No.
That's my bold take. That's my bold take.
No.
that is a bold take for sure. sir.
That's a
It's
bold
a
take.
terrible
Like,
take, is what it is.
The Bengals
I'm
have the
not-
most
It's expected from the
consistent
show take.
uniforms.
like I get it. You're full tiger. You are full tiger when you walk out there in the.
Get them out of here. Get them
But
out of here.
Get 'em
I'm
outta
not.
here.
I'm not.
Get them out of
And
here.
look at how far the
Hey.
jerseys have come, though. I mean, they were struggling in the early 2000s with the white striping, and it just
Yeah, I
didn't look.
know.
It never really matched up properly. The new Bengals uniforms are crisp, they're clean, they're solid all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That orange.
Even in the
like
Andy
that.
Dalton era, I loved when they wore the orange jerseys.
Okay.
I just felt like the orange jerseys were the thing.
I feel like
because
I feel like the
because of
Boomer
majority
Esiason era
rules.
is still the best.
Because of majority rules, whatever y'all say goes. We're just gonna forget what I said.
So better or worse than the Bears oranges?
Better.
Better.
Yeah, these are A. If those are B,
All
these are at least A. At least
like
A.
it.
I can do that. I can do that.
All right, I can tell
All
you
right.
for a fact, those are the Browns.
Yes,
all
these are-
brown alternates. I hate these. The
Oh.
next ones, they're all white
Yeah.
ones. This might be a hot
the
take.
all white
Those are
ones.
S plus. Those are S plus. Those are incredible.
No.
No,
They're
I
all
love
white?
these.
Okay. No,
All right,
they're always
so-
not. I can go.
so-
I can get you on S minus.
Okay, that's fair. I can live with that.
I can get you on S minus for the all
Only
white.
for the historical representation of the all whites.
Oh, these
fine.
look so clean. I love these so much.
I'm fine with
What
S
about
minus
what
2.
about the brown?
Steve,
What
but
about the
to
brown
me-
ones?
These
me,
to me
the
are hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no
And
stripe.
Easy.
Yeah, they had these like, stripes.
If they had like the stripe on the
Colorless.
rib cage, I would be like, "Ooh, this is different. This is a different game."
No, they had these were their color rush uniforms. They had like the orange striping, and it looked good. And they just got rid of the stripes.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
they
I
wanted
just
to
think
do
that
a
just
half
the all
retro, half.
is not.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I don't like these.
All right, now these next two are both of the
These
Cowboys variants.
Yeah, Cowboys Thanksgiving and then the Cowboys color rush.
Shape look eerily
D for
similar.
both.
I'm cool with B for both.
I would go A for the first one, C for the second.
Or C
I was-
for the Thanksgiving one.
I was gonna go A for the all whites and then B for the blues. I think it's clean. It's white.
They're better than
there's
their
not
actual
too much.
I hate their home uniforms, like the white
Yeah.
with like
Mm-hmm.
The white and the gray.
Their home
pants-
uniforms are
colors you
so
can't
ugly.
the pants ruin their home uniform, and the shade of blue they use, they don't use it on any other piece of like equipment.
Right. And
Yeah.
sadly,
They have,
like
black
because
emphasis
the
drop
Cowboys
out of
are
nowhere.
historic. This
Yeah,
is
they're
what-
awful.
And if the Cowboys wore these as home and away, this could be easily top 10 uniform combo in the NFL.
Exactly.
I just missed the silver helmet for the Cowboys. I think that's
Right.
So-
And that's why they'll never change.
right.
Yeah, I don't hate the helmets they have now, but it's just like
I'm
Like,
hearing
they should
we're
actually-
all ballparking the same range, so A to C for these two. So what are we?
you just want to put them both in B. I can live with that.
I can live with both.
Oh,
of them.
drop them both.
I
Yeah.
could average
Yep.
them
Yep.
out to be.
We're
Okay, who picked these pictures?
All right, so technically this was me, but this was the only one I could find for like relatively up to date alternates. So,
I don't know what that
I-
first picture is.
I can tell you.
Denver Broncos.
I can
That's
tell
their
you what
new-
it is. Yep.
Yeah, this
Hell.
is a Jackson.
Hell.
Okay, that's cool. We're just gonna.
What is that looks
the
like a
second one.
gladiator. What is that?
The
So
second
they
one.
were trying to do
S
something
minus at
unique
least.
with
S minus at
a
least.
futuristic logo and a futuristic design, but it kind of comes up flat, and it almost looks like if they were a college, like trying to do something unique. It's
Sai,
like
can you
Kent
try
State
zooming in your
trying to do
tab
something.
at all?
I did. I can try it again.
Try see if you can get to like 80, maybe even like 75.
And then the white helmet just kills it.
Yeah, the white helmet ruins anything this thing had going. Yeah, and now we got the orange crush. Those are S+. We can just get that up there and move along.
Those should be their everyday uniforms
Everyday.
with the lighter
It was-
blue helmet.
It was
That
so
should be-
obvious. They said they had like a focus group to like be like, what should our uniforms be looking forward? And you want to know how I know they didn't actually have a focus group to
'Cause-
figure out their uniforms? Because they didn't come up with these. These are by far the best uniforms they've ever had. Like by far.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, we'll run them like twice a year. You know what
And
I mean?
I love the old the before they went to these the navy on white, the navy pants and the white
The
or
old
the navy
Terrell
jersey.
Davis
Yeah,
uniforms. Yeah.
those were clean. And then they went to the orange. The orange was
But then they look dated though now. They look like
We're
early
disappearing.
2000s
We're no longer on the
jerseys.
screen.
Hmm.
I had
So,
weird scoop.
Yeah, I know. I made y'all disappear, so maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. Because it's not letting me zoom. I'm trying.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, just
doing-
throw us back in then. I can just let you know for what they are.
yeah.
What
most
they
of them
are.
are pretty easy to tell.
Oh no!
Oh,
Not that.
That's a lot
Not
of-
Oh, no.
that. Not that. Not
Oh, no.
that.
who is this producer?
There we go.
You're
There we
get-
go.
you're
We're
getting there,
good.
Si.
I was
You're getting
clicking
there.
Don't let
through all
anyone
of
on
them.
the ones and
I was
twos these days.
clicking through all.
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
so yeah,
Guys,
get the
I'm
orange
not
crushes
used to
up
being
in
the
S+.
main producer. I don't usually have to do this stuff.
Yeah, S+
Oh,
for the
my
orange
God.
crush. Let's
Can't
not
do
even.
something.
Yeah.
Yes, no. This has to be S+.
Yeah, S+.
Like,
Those are incredible.
This is Detroit, right? That's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
Lions black.
Those look so clean. I love the blue
All right.
helmet with the black.
I need to see the blue helmet like actually like on the field first,
Yeah, I
because I
agree with
think
that.
once I do, then I would be willing to put this in the S category. For now,
It's already S+ to me.
Wow,
say-
S plus.
It's clean.
would say-
the story behind Dan Campbell getting the uniforms back.
Yeah,
No,
Begged for
I
the
agree.
black
The
uniforms.
yeah,
They said,
minus
"Hey,
the
you
helmet
win the
being off.
division, you get the jerseys. Fine, like that's S tier."
Yeah, I love
Detroit,
the yeah,
Detroit's gonna wreck everybody in these things.
they're
Yeah,
all
they're-
clean.
They,
So-
I
55 carries for Montgomery. Not Montgomery. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, Montgomery and Gibbs, yeah. 55 total between the two. Real football. That real Army Navy vibe.
I'm with Kenny on this. S plus. I don't care that I haven't been on the field
I'm
yet.
fine with it. I just didn't think we were going to
it.
shoot that high because we haven't seen them on the field yet. But I am fine with S plus.
I am fine with that as well. Their Thanksgiving alts S minus. I think they're right. Like those. To me, those should be their permanent
Those
uniforms.
are like the backs, right?
Yeah, they run these on Thanksgiving. These are really good.
Yeah. I'm
Like
fine with
S-minus?
S minus.
For sure.
Easy.
Now,
Packers.
the one thing I will note about this, I think they just revealed this yesterday. White helmet. For these now.
Yeah,
I don't hate the white.
white.
Yeah, I do not hate the white helmets at all.
I don't either. I like S minus for this. I don't think it's Cincinnati all white though.
I would say A.
I would say
A. I would say A.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You can mark it here, bookmark it. I'm a slut for all white uniforms. I am. It's who I am.
Okay.
So
Okay, this guy.
I think
Okay,
Not.
Okay.
No, you said it. You said it.
That's the new trend, though. Is
You said
the all white jerseys, where it was all black jerseys earlier on when I was a kid. Now it's all about the all white jerseys.
That's the new
Even
fad.
the white lips.
It's
Yeah,
clean. It's a clean look.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Brayden,
Yeah,
I'm sure
until you
saw
look at the
win.
linemen,
Now you got their
and it's
throwbacks.
a sloppy look with the linemen.
These to me are their throwbacks. I would say strong B. I could live with A here, honestly, but I would say B.
I'd say B.
B.
I need to see a closer picture real quick. Green.
It's so it's a solid green jersey, and instead of white numbers, it's the gold numbers or yellow numbers, and then they have a pretty decent stripe going down the pant leg too, where it's just that solid yellow. There's zero white on the jersey except for the inside the G of the logo. So it's actually it's pretty decent.
I'm going B. I just think the all green.
Very solid.
A unanimous B. I like that.
The body of work is very solid here. I like it.
Oh, is this Houston's? All of Houston's uniforms, hell to.
What?
Whoa.
They're terrible.
No.
They
Reds?
Oh my gosh.
The all reds, it's an all red jersey, all red pants, and
the all
a
reds
red lid.
go so crazy.
This is what Buffalo missed out
good.
on. Based on that, just A in itself.
A in and of itself. And then you've got the horn coming over the sleeve. No, that's
so clean. Yeah, these are A.
They're white jerseys that they're wearing right now are terrible.
White jerseys are terrible, but they worked magic with the red, and they worked magic with the next alternate.
Yeah, the H-Towns. I love the H-Towns.
The H-Town. I already own.
These are
I
so
already own the
clean.
CJ Stroud H-Town. It is so beautiful.
I want
the
whatever
little
you
hints
guys are
of
smoking.
powder blue. The hints of powder blue on this thing. Oh, it's instant classic. 30 years from now, they're going to be putting these back on as a special edition jersey.
And the logo they have for these uniforms are insane.
Are we gonna put them both? Are we gonna put them both on the A tier though? Or
yes, I would say
you guys are crazy. You guys are.
I know that's
no, we're correct.
I would put it.
We're not crazy. We're correct.
We're on the right side of history.
Crazy.
I promise you.
That jersey's clean.
All right,
I love
next
it.
up we got the Colts.
Which one is that?
That's
is that
their black helmet.
jersey,
The first ones are with the black helmets. The second one are the throwback helmets where the four shoes are on the very back of the helmet.
So
and
unpopular opinion, but I really liked their Knights jerseys. I just wish they would have actually worn them for a primetime game. They debuted them for like an 11 o'clock start, which was a miss.
I don't think
I
they
actually
had
like
primetime games.
I've seen the Knights jersey in person so much. It's a clean looking jersey.
The little hints of black to that. I think they did a good job.
We say S minus here.
I'll say A. I don't think they're quite S minus, but
I don't think they're quite S minus either. But I do like A.
Yeah, just looking at S minus right now, I think every jersey that's in there right now is better than that.
Correct.
That's fair. They're throwbacks. I mean, they're not bad. I mean,
I'll say B or C. I can.
C. They're more basic when it comes down to the others.
Right.
And we have to
again. There's a lot of tradition that goes with that, though. And so that's kind of what they had to go back to. So
they're fine, but it's like again.
Yeah. It's like
you look at everything is better.
It's pretty standard.
I look at the C category, and all those look like they should belong in the C category. Like tradition, cool, but it's like they're just compared to this, drastic difference.
True.
Now these next ones are the Jags. I don't know if they're running these anymore.
I don't know if they're running them anymore either
They
because
should
of the new ones that I think they still are. And
they got the new
Yeah,
throwback.
Yeah, they're bringing back the
Yeah,
the
they are.
90s. Oh, so good.
Those are
Mhm.
clean.
Those are awesome. Oh, so good.
Those are S plus all day.
Yeah, those are S plus. Yeah, I've come around. Those are S plus.
I'm totally
So do
good
we-
with saying that these uniforms are their
that's
new
what I was about to
throwbacks.
say. Do we just want to say these are new throwbacks and S
Yes.
plus?
Yeah, like on the
Yeah.
tweet, I'll be like,
I love our thinking, guys. That's a good
Yes.
one. That's a
Yeah.
great one,
Yeah.
guys. That's a great
for the record,
one.
these are the placeholders for the 90s uniforms. Those are
For
the
the
Jags.
record. On that note, actually, I'm even gonna mug them up.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I don't think they're better than the Orange Crush.
Only no.
Here.
There we go. Yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah, that's a fair.
I like this top 5 a lot, actually. I think we're and
Yeah, solid.
and the Falcons being right at the top of S minus at that 6th spot. Ooh, we're cooking so far, guys. We're
Great for
cooking.
Connor Davis is what I say.
Great for Connor Davis, indeed. Las Vegas Raiders.
I think
Is
the
that
Raiders need a uniform haul. They need it over.
No, get him
No.
out. Kick him. Sy, get him out of here. Get him
I'm
out
not
of
doing
here.
that. I'm not
What
doing
is
that.
Get him out of
The
here.
only
What
thing the Raiders
is it?
need. The only thing the Raiders need is a black helmet. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Twice a year, black helmet, black jersey, silver pants. That's all you need. Everything else is clean about the Raiders.
Give him a
uniform.
prime time game. Give him a Monday night game. And
I like
at
the white
that
on
new-
gray.
new
though. I do
stadium.
like the
This
white
has
on gray.
been my opinion for so long. The Raiders' home uniforms are the best uniforms in pro sports. I will die. on that
What?
hill. Yes.
okay, now you need to get out
Top-
of here.
No,
You get out.
They're top 5. He's not wrong. They're top
Listen,
5, but they're
Thank
not
you. Thank you,
the-
Kenny.
if we're talking all of sports, the Blackhawks
Bro,
are the best. uniform in
Yes,
all of
yes,
sports.
yes, yes.
There's no question
there's
about that.
There's the hockey in you guys. Really,
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a problem with that. I think obviously, I think
I
the
don't have a problem
logos
with
gonna
that
have
either.
to
But
get overhauled
So
at
what do
some
we-
point. I don't have a huge issue with that.
So
I
what
feel like
do
that's an
we
easy
think-
one to fix.
I
If
like
when that
B.
game-
I like B for the white
I
and
like-
gray. I do think
I like
these
B.
are clean.
I like B.
With the silver numbers, yeah, I could see B.
Yeah.
I like B.
Oh,
I was gonna
love
say
these.
S minus, but I'm okay with B. Honestly, I can live with that. I'm not gonna fight too hard.
These Chargers uniforms might be. No, they're not their best, but they're so clean.
The electric blue ones, I like it.
The
a
dark
lot.
blue,
Love-
the dark blue, those are S minus. I would say the royal blue, those are probably A or B.
I'm
I
good
think-
with that.
I think I'm
I'm
different.
good with. I'm good with A.
Yes.
I'm great with S minus.
Yeah,
Mm.
those are
Sneaky underrated. Sneaky underrated.
I do.
But
I
the-
do.
the
I
white
think I
helmet
do side
ruins
with
that.
Can
that.
you really be
they need
underrated
the
if we're
navy
putting him in
helmet
S
for
minus? I
Well,
agree.
Yes, because no one's gonna like when I look at these jerseys in S minus. I don't hear a lot of people talking about the Chargers jerseys. That's why I say
A lot of people
Underrated.
sleep on the Chargers jerseys, especially the powder blue and the yellow pants.
I
Those are
love
really
the powder
good,
blue.
too.
Yeah. I was gonna say the royal blue. I think are their best, but the
I do too.
powder blue on yellow are.
It's neck
clean.
and neck. Yeah.
Yeah, very neck and neck.
Also,
And
by
then
the
we-
way, those first uniforms, those are the ones we have on top. Those are not the Dolphins.
I was about to
Just not found
say.
that out. Yeah, those are the Panthers powder blues.
Oh, is that what?
Honestly, though,
I kind of
They're definitely not S plus. I will tell you that they are not S plus.
No, let's
B. I would say B.
we'll
Alright,
adjust
alright.
because we are an adjustment facility around here, guys. So we'll adjust to B.
That works.
I was about to say I was scrolling forward. I'm like, wait a minute. That is
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't.
looking doing the math in our head. That's definitely not right. Because they
next-
have an order of the teams from A to W, I guess. Anyways,
these
No,
are
yeah.
The
Yeah,
Rams.
IKEA team.
hell.
Yep.
Yeah, I
The
think
only
this is
thing- the only thing worse than the all white Rams is when they tried to peddle out that dirty brown white jersey that they had, where it was like all
seven
khaki.
circle of hell. Is what those
That
are.
was, that was just
dishwasher.
terrible. I'm glad they
we're saying.
knocked those out right away.
And we're saying
All right.
Honestly,
these are the jerseys that we had at S plus.
Okay, yeah, these are both
in
S
S+.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are both
the
S plus.
jerseys we had at S plus.
Yeah, the blues are better than the whites, but I think the all whites are super clean too.
And then
See, I don't-
we think these ones in S plus too. I'm thinking more S minus.
I can live with
that.
S minus.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
to me they're
that's
B's, but I could agree to disagree on that.
Then let's
No, I
think
love
about-
these. These are so good.
I'll concede
Brayden, what
S
do you
minus is fine. I'm just it's
Okay.
a little bit of
I
don't
like
the
S minus.
Dolphins.
I have war stories for when the Patriots played the Dolphins when they
We'll
were
go.
these
We'll go
war stories.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Jack
For-
should be the deciding factor. He's the Patriots guy. here.
for the compromise though. I will put it back to S minus.
I like it.
Right.
I
To
like
me,
it.
that's agreeable. Next ones are the Vikings. They just brought these back this
At,
year.
at worst, A.
S plus.
I would say S minus. I would say.
Okay.
I got especially at what comes up in the next three. I don't think those are better than any of the next three. I would say S minus.
All right,
cool with
S
C.
minus. Yeah,
S minus.
I'm good.
All right. S
Now,
plus.
yeah, S plus. Let's
S
move
plus.
on. Let's move on.
S plus.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, I agree. S plus.
Let's keep this quick, and it's not just any
Even
of us. It's-
even as a
it's-
Bears fan watching the 86 Super Bowl, those
these-
were clean jerseys.
These are top 5 in the history of the league, easily. History of the league. These are top 5.
The Saints uniform, the all white ones.
Those
I'm
are
pretty
better.
sure they wear the black. They wear the black helmets though with those.
Oh yeah, that completely ruins them. Thank you for bringing that up.
See,
I do like their
See.
throwbacks ahead of their whites though for sure.
My only
throwbacks,
issue.
the golds are all different. The gold helmet is
Thank
different than the gold numbers,
you,
which is
Charles.
different than the gold pants. To me, that ruins it. I'm sure that's what it was back in the 60s and 70s, but like, come on, like just
I want consistency.
figure out
No,
your gold and be consistent.
A.
Same.
Kenny, you're 100% correct. Yeah,
Kenny,
get him an A.
give me
Yeah,
that.
I didn't
yeah,
notice
yeah.
that their gold was
Back,
different.
back in.
Nope.
Oh no, back in.
I totally forgot about that fact. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's a.
The golds
Great-
are
great
all
point.
different.
That man is
Yep.
absolutely right.
I mean, it's
Oh
all right. Giants.
yeah. Wait.
Yeah, these are the LT.
Are these the
uniforms.
80s throwbacks?
Yeah, these go crazy. These go
They do
so
go
crazy.
Okay, but I think their whites though are all better though. Their whites are better than their blues.
I think you could make me a case for either. I love both of these.
I would go S minus for the blues and A for the whites.
That's what I'm thinking
All
too.
right. I
That's
like
fine.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
The whites just scream Lawrence Taylor.
I love that helmet too. That's a great
Yeah.
helmet.
Again, why they? Again, I feel like they and the Rams, I think, are the only two teams that can get away with this, having a color of the helmet be like a bit darker than what the
Just a
uniforms
shade
are.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it works.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah, for
just
sure.
different enough to the point where it still works. Now these are the Jets. Yeah, these are the Jets all black alternates.
The
I'm
ones
gonna
from
go
last year or
C.
the ones
I
they're
don't
bringing
think-
back this year?
I believe these are the ones from this year.
I'd say
This
at
is the
least
ones from this year. This is the one from last year.
I'd say at least a B.
I would say B, and the reason what brings this down is that obviously the greens doesn't really pop as well as it probably should. But they're not bad. I don't think they're bad.
They're new.
I
Their
think
new
it's going to
ones
look a
hit
lot better on the
harder.
field.
Yeah, their new actual sets are incredible.
So we're going B for both.
I would.
I would say C for their old ones.
No, those are the Eagles. Those are the Eagles.
I like the Eagles all black.
A for the Eagles all black.
That works. I'm fine with that.
All black.
Yeah,
I think we all know where the Kelly Green.
yeah.
belongs.
S plus. Let's move on.
S plus.
S plus.
To
move
me,
on.
that's one of the best uniforms in NFL history.
Absolutely.
I think we might have to do an S plus plus at this point.
You've got a couple that could go even higher. Yeah.
I think we have what? Yeah, we have
All right.
I'd say
I'm
3.
16 uniforms.
I'm executive decisioning the S plus plus.
No.
Because-
Here's what we do. We'll finish this and then we'll decide from the S plus who gets
Okay.
an S.
Okay. I like that because
Oh,
I
wait.
think we should get the tiers sort of ordered.
Yes.
Anyways,
I have no problem with the 3 tiers of S. Or we
I
just do
also
S
have no
plus
problem.
S and then S minus or something like that.
Yeah.
Is
I think
this
if anything,
Steelers.
this looks like
Steelers.
Yeah, that the Pittsburgh All Blacks. I'll say A.
I'm a fan. I like
they're
all
all-
black. I like the crisp look. I like the solid
Okay.
yellow block numbers.
Real
All
quick
right, now
though,
we have
just
some-
Here we go.
Here we
Here
go.
we go.
I need to hear you guys' opinion before we move on. The Steelers Bumblebee uniforms, if they were
Hell.
here.
Hell.
Hell.
Get them out of
Alright.
here.
I just wanted to
Right
hear.
with it.
I just wanted to hear.
Right
I'm a,
with it.
I like the history behind it though, so I would go D. But they definitely missed the mark when Nike created them. So D.
I
Get
thought
'em
they
out.
were the funniest uniforms.
So I'm looking.
The only
at
thing
these
worse are the
jerseys
Broncos
we
brown
have
and
left.
yellow uniforms.
Oh
Those
my
are
God.
terrible.
Why did you make me
Oh,
remember?
Yes.
Those Broncos unis. Oh man.
Terrible.
Jesus
Absolutely
Christ.
terrible.
So I'm looking at the 8 jerseys we have left, and I think 4 of them are going to easily find their way into S+.
I think the first 3 are all S+. And those are the 2 Niners 90s throwbacks, and then the
I second that.
I would say 2 out of the 3. Yeah.
The Reds, the 49ers Reds have to go S+.
Yeah.
I think their whites are better, actually.
I agree with Jack. I think their whites are better. But that's just because I'm biased to the all white clean look.
You just said you're a white jersey slut, basically.
I know.
So,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
This is why we needed a 5th person. Why did Connor?
Yeah, well, Connor's being Connor right now. So he's busy boy.
Not committed to the grind. That's
no, sir. Then where are we gonna put the whites then? 49
S
whites.
minus.
S-.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart, but fine.
Top end.
Yeah.
Top end.
Yeah. Yeah, the Seahawks. The Seahawks 90s. Yeah, S+.
S+.
Yeah.
S+. Let's
get the Bucks in S+ while we're at it too.
That's my last jersey that I think deserves to be S+. None of these other jerseys are going to be
the creamsicle. Yeah.
The creamsicles get.
Yeah, right.
It's funny because of how many people hated them when they were there right before they switched to the red and pewter, but now it's such a classic look.
They sneaky have one of my favorite uniform sets in the entire league. That's crazy. That sounds now. If I were to say that like 15 years ago, you would be like, "What are you talking about?"
I was imagining Baker and Wirfs in those creamsicle jerseys. I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, that's what happens when you get Tom Brady. It changes the entire dynamic.
You had Steve Young and Mike Allstott originally in those creamsicles.
Oh my god!
And they were and Vinny Testaverde.
Why isn't he in the Hall?
Terrible football.
Okay.
Don't forget the Bucks legend Josh Freeman was in those uniforms as well.
There we go. Okay. We have the Seahawks neons. What are we?
That's hell tier.
Unpopular opinion. I love them. I think they're one of the best.
Really? I don't think they're hell, but they're definitely not anything higher.
I like when they wear the blue pants with them. That looks.
Oh no, yeah, those are hell. Those are hell. When they wear the blue pants, those are hell.
You think those are hell? I think those are better than the.
I think those are hell.
It's such a different look from the rest of the league. I think it works.
Green just blows up your TV when you're trying to watch it.
No, the way they all green, I like it. I just feel like we're doing too much once we involve the different colored pants at that point.
It takes accent away.
Exactly.
It takes accent. All right, moving on.
Next, I think we got the Bucks grays, which I actually like a decent bit. I'm
going average. B or C.
I don't love them, but I think they're good.
I can go C.
I would say C. I was a real big fan when they came out. I would have had them at A on their first day, but yeah, over time it's kind of lacked.
Can we have I request we put the Oilers in a special tier, and it's Stolen Valor tier.
Where do you want Stolen Valor tier at?
Between D and hell.
Right at S+, guys. Come on.
I agree with you.
Actually, you know what? Put it above A. S but hell. S but hell. S on merit.
But
Hear me out.
The original owner moved him to Tennessee. The original owner got to keep the team name and rights. They were the Tennessee Oilers for 2 seasons. That's the team. Houston is an expansion franchise. Fuck them. The Tennessee Titans are the Oilers.
I agree.
I have no problem with that.
I agree, but it's like it's weird because everything you said is absolutely right. But like, it just feels wrong. It feels wrong. It does. And they're coming out and they won't let who was it? Was it Houston or SMU that was trying to wear like
Houston?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and they were like, no.
Yeah, how about you don't?
I tried to buy that jersey and they wouldn't. They never put that one on sale.
Yeah, Stolen Valor for
Stolen Valor. Frauds. They're just frauds.
Stolen Valor. A, Stolen Valor, S minus. And then
on merit, those are definitely S.
Yeah.
But morally,
on merit, but because of circumstances.
Yes. Once we start getting into the morals and the ethics of using those
we trust more than ethics here with jerseys. Last jerseys, we have the Commanders All Blacks.
I wanted so much more out of that. I really thought it was
They
going to look
they
Right.
fell flat.
They could have
beautiful,
done so much better.
but
D.
I think on the field it was kind of a miss. So
D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
D.
like D.
All right.
I wanted a lot more out of that. I had my Chase Young jersey and everything. It just never really fell flat.
All right, now we get into the real debate.
Uh-oh.
So I want you to rename that top tier just S, then have S plus ahead of it. What should be our built-in max here? How many teams get an S plus?
I think top 5 should be S plus.
I agree.
I like it.
I could agree to that.
All right, so again, I'm going to be super biased right out of the way. The Pat Patriot Reds instantly S plus.
We'll let you have your one. I'll let him have his one.
Yeah, those are timeless. The helmet logo is absolutely timeless.
Yes, I think.
Clean.
Yeah.
I think we
think-
only can pick one Miami uniform though.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all whites or S minus. I think
Yeah.
Miami's greens or their teals belong
Yes.
in S+.
I agree.
All right. So my top 5 would be Denver, Jaguars, the Red 49ers, obviously the Patriots, and you got to put the Kelly Green Eagles up there. Like that's just,
Kelly Green definitely belongs.
So we have.
That's just
I think we move Kelly Green up.
I think you can move the Orange Crush up.
Yeah, they
think
weren't
we-
trusted.
Or
Yeah, they weren't
then I-
trusted there.
Yeah.
Don't
And
you
then-
dare put those creamsicles up there. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, so no, to get those out, put the Broncos in. Because now we have to me, there's a real debate between 3, and it's the Seahawks, it's the Niners, and it's the Bucks.
I think we.
Ooh,
I think
not the Jaguars, huh?
Not quite.
But I think Jaguars is going to be the top end S. I think we
Yes.
can go that. I think we keep the all white Bengals where they're at. We might move them down depending on what goes on in here.
That's where I'm at.
We're looking at these last 3.
Me
I'd go-
personally, only because there was so much hype for the white Bengal uniforms to come out, and they hit exactly where they needed to hit. Those I think are top 5. Me personally, being the white jersey slut, I think an all white jersey.
Can we
has to
change
go
his?
there.
Can we change like his lower third to that?
No, only I can do that.
Yeah, only he can do it.
I
Only he
think
can do it.
you can like asterisk out what it means, but like or asterisk out like an L or a U. But if
You
we can
can-
get
you
that
can-
in his thing,
I don't even think I can do it in here. Oh wait.
yeah, just like asterisk out the L or the U, one or the other.
This is
So,
where this show comes.
I would go 49ers in the 5 spot.
I'm with Kenny with Niners in the 5.
Because you got the historical aspect behind it, the amount of Super Bowls that they won in it. I think that's just it's clean, it's classic.
Now, to be fair, they only won 1 Super Bowl in these like these iterations. They tend to go,
You're right, because they had the gold pants before. You're right.
Yep. But I think there's no wrong answer between those, the Seahawks, and the Bucks.
Mhm.
Again, there's no wrong answer in my mind. I would
agree with
personally say Seahawks, but I have no problem with the Niners being there.
See,
I
but
do think once we see those Lions All Blacks this year, I think they definitely can be in that S plus tier because those just look so clean.
The blue helmets have a chance to grow on me.
Right.
I would order the S plus. I would go Kelly Greens.
I think the Dolphins uniforms are the best of these.
Actually, yeah, I would go Dolphins, Kelly Greens.
If you were asking me, just me personally, I would go Dolphins, Patriots, Broncos, Eagles, and then Niners. If you were asking me personally.
This is what I'm thinking the top 5 should roughly be. But all these jerseys are like these top 10 are all phenomenal. But we have to make a difference.
We're talking like the top end of the top end
yeah,
here. Like
you're splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah, I like our top 10. Do we want to reorder S minus and all?
No, I think it's fine.
All right.
I think
We'll
that's
keep
solid.
everything else good.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we can put in Stolen Valor here? I would love to know. If we really want to get nitpicky, let's get those Bears whites in there because of the helmets. Again, if you really want to get nitpicky,
I mean,
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I'm still hung up on the fact that you guys in these new Houston uniforms, I think they are garbage.
You got to see them on the field. They will.
got 'em in
Be,
the
There's a very good chance that they grow on me once I see them on the field.
that
But once they
H-Town,
release those uniforms,
CJ Stroud
unreal.
in that H-Town jersey is going to be electric.
He's gonna have
It better
no
be.
less than
That's all I
5
gotta say,
iconic
because-
moments in those uniforms. I promise you.
I think
He's
that
gonna have the
that's
Brady
hit.
59-0 game in those. See, there'll be fake
And
snow
the
coming
Reds,
out.
the Reds are solid too. I really like the Reds.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
And the chrome red helmet that goes with it, yeah, I think they knocked it out of the park. The whites are terrible. The white jersey
I do
is
like
a
the
mess.
chrome red.
But
I like the
there's
jerseys, I
only
don't
so
like
much
the
you can
pants.
do.
Like I don't like it with the blue pants. Like the navy blue looks like way too dark.
Yeah. Eventually they're going to switch to a white on white, I'm sure, instead
Correct.
of the white on blue. But that's just the progression how they do those uniforms. So
Right. Just browsing through, are there anything like speak now or forever hold your peace?
I think
I think-
we have a pretty
I'm pretty happy with it.
doggone
I'm pretty
good
happy
list.
with this list. I don't think if MJ and Bruce were here, I don't think this list would be as good as it is. Coming at you
Yeah,
guys.
it would have been
I second that. There'd
all
be some,
Packers. Yeah, it would have been all Packers and Bears.
there'd be some cool in here that we would not be liking.
The Bears oranges would have been an S. And I would have just left instantly.
I would have been like up or none.
I'm
I don't think that I think Bruce hates the I don't want to speak for him, but I thought he hated the orange jerseys, or at least the orange helmet.
Well, then he's on the right side of history then.
Kenny, Jack already gave me his remarks, but the Falcons gradients, I mean,
I would say C. I liked it when
Okay,
it came out.
I can work with that. I can work with that.
I think that it was a missed opportunity and they didn't give it enough of a chance to actually develop. But yeah, I like the Falcons gradients. I had a
Let's go.
I forget who I got in that one.
I want to scream right now.
It's a C tier. I could give that one a C tier for sure.
I respect it. I
jail.
respect it.
Where did you have it, Brayden?
I would probably say a C. I'd probably
Okay.
say a C. It's not the best. I think
What happened to
the
Shane?
old Reds were way better. But
The reality of it is though that the Falcons should only be wearing their retro look. They should be wearing the black
100%.
jersey with the old Falcon with silver
Yep.
pants. That should be their look. Go straight back to the Deion Sanders era. Leave it
Yep.
alone. But I give them points for taking a shot. They took a shot with gradient. The NFL fans aren't ready for gradient jerseys. College fans are, but
I'll never
the
be
NFL,
ready for gradient. I promise you.
yeah. See,
There we go.
it's the
all we
same
need to hear.
with Major League Baseball. There's too many fans that are against the City Connects for it to really take hold. But
Yeah.
you got to break from tradition every once in a while.
100%.
Yankees
100%.
won't though, but that's okay.
Well, boys, I think this was a very, very productive show. Not a lot of uniform talk in the past that I've been a part of, but this
Looking forward to
uniforms are one of my personal favorite topics.
We love uniform talk around here.
This needs to be a weekly thing.
It should be a weekly thing, but it won't be a weekly thing. That's
Who
why
has
whenever
the
I
best
host,
uniform
we're gonna
group?
make sure we get uniform talk. So we still
Absolutely.
So we still got to do the home and away jerseys for NFL.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You should look at the college game too. There's a lot of stuff coming
Oh, we
up
will
this year at the
definitely
college
get to the
game.
college game.
Those West Virginia cold jerseys. Oof, can't wait.
We already know
We'll be
Notre
here
Dame
for
is S++. I mean, come
Hell.
on.
Hell,
The Iowa yellow jerseys. Chef's kiss.
my heritage is not your
Hey.
uniform tier. Is
Hey.
what they are.
Anyways.
On
On
My
that
culture
note,
is not your costume.
where's he at? There he is. Jack, huge shout out to you, my man. So good to have you on the show. I know MJ would be absolutely ecstatic to have you on. Same with Bruce. It was so good that Sy and I got to steal you. So, Kenny, as always, you're a legend, my guy. The jersey collector, supporting the
Thank
White Sox being the losers of the trade deadline, I see. Sy and I had to attack that. That was really, really bad. Sy, it's been an absolute honor to join you as your co-host. Maybe again sometime. I'm sure there will be another time. It's been absolute pleasure.
we call ready today, guys.
Yep. This was the righty. This was the, hey, we're going to have a bullpen day type of podcast. And here we are. and nothing caught on fire. So
15-0 shutout victory.
It's a good day.
Yeah, no, the bullpen game
only
was
a little bit
successful.
of chaos. Only a little bit of chaos.
We
So
gotta-
Sy, give it to you.
On
The
that-
floor is yours.
On that note, I don't got much else to say. It's time for the best ad in all podcast history. Oh, Brayden.
You think we should just take over?
That's what I'm starting to think. We don't need them other guys.
No. Who are those other guys?
Don't know them.